come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason, but I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. The seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one
And
starting,
not too impossible to retain their lead.
Meanwhile, early rotation from Nongshim, right? From that A side.
Hi
a little bit too
guys,
early. Great
लेट हो
patience
गया
from
यार.
Flash
मेरा
practice.
एक तो काम चल रहा
Not
था
seeing any
पहले,
overaggressions from Nongshim to reclaim
and
some
then
information over
मेरा
on A
पीसी में
itself, so
इशू
he's
आ
actually
गए थे.
found his timing
मेरा पीसी
nicely.
नहीं चल रहा था.
Orbital was pretty lovely from Mako
Hi,
as well.
welcome to the
And that's
stream.
The DRX that we all know and love slowly coming
I'm
back
glad
together.
पीसी
Off
ऑन
of
हो
that
गया.
one
मुझे
little
तो लग
timeout,
रहा था कि
got
आज
one more
ऑन ही
round
नहीं
win,
होने वाला मेरा
and you
पीसी.
start to see the
Legit,
effects off of it. Boosted morale.
not
thing
even
is, though,
kidding.
DRX no longer have any timeouts that they are able to deploy to have a conversation, right? So now it is up to the teams try and figure things out unless Nongshim give them a
What's
timeout
up, guys?
to start to cook again.
Okay.
That's actually
you
what happens
doing?
here as well. Nongshim feeling a bit of pressure, can come out with a couple of ideas.
End
because you've got to
Shiro's
talk about a
PC.
team, right?
नहीं,
that is
not
playing on
end
this
bro. I'm
momentum
glad
streak
कि
in
चल
this
गया.
map. It's their map, it's
दो
Bayern.
बार
It's the
ब्लू
map
स्क्रीन
that
आई है,
we've
पता है
seen
ऑन ही नहीं हो रहा
overtime
था.
chaos played from them. We've also seen against
सब ठीक है ना? अभी मुझे बता देना.
lacking, right? Gasping for air at times to try and crawl back in towards it, caught off guard on a couple of unorthodox angles that the Talon members are playing and going aggressive against you. DRX is such a different pace towards Talon on this map. So it's good to see that Nongshim had a brilliant start here, but feeling, and rightly so, that they could make this, you know, a 10-2, a 9-3. They want to get back in towards a comfortable scenario now.
Stretch that lead as much as possible. Everyone's still doing pretty well. It's just a slight fake and they got misread off of it. But otherwise, you're still seeing strong utility coming up from the Nongshim core. Right now, it's early info gathering phase for DRX.
Just back towards their slow stylistic defaults as well. Majority forced towards one position of the map, not looking to go together too hard.
सब ठीक है, let's go. ओ 26 हो भी गया. एक सेकंड. 26 DRX 2 है. ये तो थोड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग चीज नहीं होगी.
Delivered a dirty service there.
Yeah, tried to sneak through the toxic screen. Francis is used to it by now.
Speaking of Francis, by the way, back towards the Viper too. Maybe he is looking to be the new common for
क्या
Nongshim.
सीन है बे DRX का? और NS इतना अच्छा कैसे खेल रहे हैं? I think NS is very serious अपना slot रखने के लिए.
They've got the right numbers at the right spot here.
थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने चेक किया था 06 था. Oh shit. चलो फिर तो 26 is good अगर ऐसा था तो.
There it goes. The kills coming through from Ivy.
अरे
Great shot
ले.
from Estrella though. Does get the first hit, answers
अबे ये
right
वेले
back.
खेल रहे
She
हैं.
spots out Ivy on the
और
swing.
Sky
It is
खेल
an
रहे हैं.
LP
Dead
though,
agent.
and the
What the
official
fuck?
is gathered. Is he gonna
Sky
look
क्यों
to
खेल रहे हैं
swim
लोग?
around
तभी
the
हार
corner
रहे हैं.
side? Do they find
अभी
out
समझ आए लोग
who's
क्यों हार रहे हैं.
towards the Sky smoke?
Sky
Back
कौन
towards the
खेलता है?
position just cleared.
How intelligent, but here comes Mako. Wingman to clear as well. Estrella doing his due diligence. Time running out possibly. We'll see the
चलो
ping
मेरे
shows
आते ही
do
राउंड
anything.
जीत गए लोग.
Estrella just sticks it all the
Crazy.
way through. Dambi has to do everything here. If They are to indeed stretch that
Okay,
lead.
I
He
spoke
dives
too
for it
soon.
with the blast pack. What secure?
I spoke
what
too
a
soon.
flick! Onto Estrella, no chance in surviving. Nongshim up
Shit.
to 7.
Oh, that's
बस
damaging
बोलने
to
की
come
देरी
out
थी
from
शायद,
Darby,
guys.
isn't it? That is a situation where you've got a great plan for Nongshim to reclaim that little pop space over towards B-Long. The flash, I thought,
Oh,
was
no, man.
gorgeous from RB. It's the word I used.
Shiro strikes
They were
again.
all blinded. They should have been
Even
dead
miss.
to rights. But the fact that he just gets
अरे भाई,
real numbers on the
actually
back of
उसने
that
spam बहुत
initial
अच्छा
peak.
मारा बे डाम्बी
They
ने
go
उसको.
back for
Low
the
कर
challenge
दिया
as well
spam
as
में.
saturate. Eventually, you got a
Marco
floating
को-
Ivy
Marco ही
down
था
to the
ना?
floor, but you had advantage there. Blinded kills to come on through. I mean, as unlucky as that is, DRX come on back after that ult, clearing the corners, hitting the shots.
नहीं
The
Marco
1 versus
नहीं,
1
ये था
damage
Gecko.
done
Estrella.
from Darby's paint shells to finish off his prey.
Random
at the
agent
end of
challenge
that
चल रहा है
one.
इनका
From
शायद.
that
Oh
timeout,
shit.
Nongshim
मेरे जैसे talented
get
नहीं है
another
फिर
round
ये
on the
लोग.
board.
भाई but Sky तो
Well
seriously
held, I
bro
think, by
dead है
RB
भाई,
as well. I mean,
useless.
just being able
अगर
to
flashes
find the
recharge
victory
भी
with
होते
that
होते
check
तो
towards
भी
the
मतलब
long
मान
next round
लेती मैं,
coming
but
up.
अभी तो GG
We're
है.
back to being able to prevent some of these lanes from coming online for DRX.
खैर
They're
उन पे
left to
Gecko भी
explore
है.
A once again.
They should be aware of the
But
fact though, that
honestly,
generally
Gecko
there's
के
been
साथ
Shower's presence.
fade
Now
better
confirmed
रहता.
that Darby is stuck in a position. He can get bailed out, use his satchel as well. This is where I want to see the rest of DRX start to scale up with this standard wall.
Ooh, but if you
RB
have
T1 में था
bats,
ना?
might be tricky.
नहीं. RB DRX
to
में था.
eliminate the Bath's control by taking down Danby.
Does he expect a second though? Look at this one. This could be huge for Francis.
Oh, Francis, what a swing back. Eliminates Flashback, so retains control over this half of the site, but still trying to get that plant through. The snakebite deployed and freeing around his teammates. Look to get a tap in. Hitting out the reactions, getting those sprays, getting those reloads in, and then the peek out from Hyunmin. Play on slight timing.
Lol,
and he
the
repositions as
timing.
well, taking down Francis. He was always still lurking around. Now the question is, where are the rest? of
As I
Nongshim?
said भाई ये लोग का कुछ होता है बे, instinct तो है
That
इनका.
would be enough. Ivy in with the grab net as well, off to Lamps. Just Hyunmin to do it all.
Oh my
And
god,
that will be
well
enough
played.
of the ult. He finds everything he needs.
Yeah, Hyunmin's played that one
Although वो low
perfectly,
भी
hasn't
था,
he?
but
Just in
still
and out
nice.
of all
Cam
of the
थोड़ा ऊपर.
brimstone
Oh,
smokes going on down from Marco. making
मैंने
them
पूछा
sing
था सब
for him,
ठीक है, सबने बोला
finding
सब ठीक
the
है.
Nongshim members looking at the wrong locations. Thought that Francis was
रुको,
in a
मैं देखती
pivotal
हूँ
spot. He has a Viper's Pit that he can potentially even throw on down. You've got that Cosmic Divide that comes out from Persia at the end there as well, but it's just not used. He's not really been in a situation to be able to deploy that for the team. Looking to just hold it for the next half at this point. It kind of feels like at the moment, but a necessary round for DRX nonetheless. They reset the economy of Nongshim, and they go hastily in towards this new round. I say they, it's Nongshim with the showstopper. Darby, how far does he go here to try and find this hunting kill? No dice.
Maybe not, but it still is a lot of space. Now he has to play tricky around this tunnel. I know it's a classic, but it does buy some time and pressure off of the rest of his teammates' backs. I mean, off of that one little play, take a look.
Yeah.
Francis has snuck up in towards this position on A short now.
All DRX need to know in this situation is that their spawn is dirty and they can start to scale up. They don't see any of the early utility from the deadlock over at B-Longs, and they know that it's a bit more of a gamma stack to come through from Nongshim. They'd be right in a
Hi Shivanshu.
And RB's getting a read for it too. Look at the rotations back from spawn now. A lot of trust in Ivy's utility as the deadlock.
Yeah, but also just the fact that Darby is left with his own devices to try and find what he can.
Oh, but here comes,
Lol.
look at that, dash in for the
That
saturate,
feeds.
stuns them up perfectly, Mako in for the spray.
भाई अच्छा
As well
अच्छा
as
ट्राई
waiting
था.
on the plant
Good
too. So
sees.
even though RB got
But
the
guns
read,
नहीं थे
unfortunately
अच्छे.
without the firepower, it's not able to put up a hold. Dambi gets sniped out. All you've got to worry about now is just the players on the front. Francis, though, sneaky from behind, might be able to find a couple with his sheriff. Off towards Hookah, tapping the spike. DRX trying to triangulate for these final positions. Snipes out onto Francis, and it's just RB left.
भाई मुझे तो
Clean
लग
as
रहा है
it
लोग
is,
7-5 कर
DRX,
लेंगे.
after what
ये लोग
seemed
पे
like a
ults नहीं है, उन पे
rocky
उन पे
start,
ult है
they
अच्छे.
have come back into this
वो लोग पे
game.
3 ult
Bit
है
of a
वैसे.
recovery at the tail end of
8-4
this
भी
one
कर
for sure.
सकते हैं.
4 out of the last 5 rounds, just that one coming to Nongshim after their
अगर
timeout.
7-5 कर पाई DRX तो
Not too
भाई
off put
डिफेंस
by the
में निकाल
utility in this
लेंगे.
one, right? The space that Darby finds with the showstopper that nets nothing, so you
I
don't have
guess.
that to be able to access into the last round of this half now.
DRX 3 है lol.
See
Bro,
what this
0-6
one is
थे.
gonna look like for
0-6
DRX as well, right? When you
सोच के
consider that that
4-7
Thrash is
अच्छा
back
लग रहा है.
online. But I'm looking towards what's happening over at A Short. It's looking to be a little bit more
आज
aggressive.
T1 या BME को support करोगे? Obviously
T1
T1
It's just
man.
a slow creep up of 3.
Nongshim with all these multiple strategies pushing out from
Equal,
all fronts
never
now, and
mind.
DRX are caught
I
off
think
guard
it's
completely.
8-4.
It was flashback with an op as well, and he does not expect them to
तो
push out on
T10
these
कार
other
मजा आएगा.
lanes. Might have some sight lines though, and tries to scope in for it, but Francis gets the drop on him.
Why you
You hear that
opening,
sensor as
man?
well, and you know you got to hit that first shot and hope that there's going to be no trade.
चलो 8-4 हो गया.
All onto Estrella. See what he can bring
BME Shiro
in
को
this
धोखा.
round.
Bro, there can only be
Noted as
one
well from the Dizzy,
good
the Thrash
Shiro, you know?
will come online, but
One good
just
Shiro,
gonna get
and
maxed
that's
up here,
me.
you'd think.
Oh, Persia, he swapped over.
Got him.
Catches.
भाई
He's
भाई
shooting him out of it.
भाई
What's
इतनी
going on?
गंदी
What are you guys trying to
इतनी
do?
गंदी मौत
The round's
बेचारे
done.
की.
It's over. Ivy has gotten the kill.
मुझे लगा था
and
कि
we
इसको
will end
अल्ट
this
में
first half
नाइफ
with a
करने
strong
वाला है वो
8-4
पीछे से
start for
आके.
Nongshim.
मुझे लेजिट ये लगा था.
8-4. See how much more this is going
Hi,
to look
Sue.
like for Nongshim in their endeavors to be able to take us to map 3.
Hi,
Gotta say, Quack,
Pooh.
the defenses on this half for them, such a strong start. Just good utility timing and rotations and shots to come out that we were really
ये कितना खुश हुआ
missing
इसका
from
ult
them over
connect
in
हुआ
map number
जब.
1. And I am glad as well that it wasn't DRX just falling over in this one.
True.
They do start to figure things out after their second time out. But
Potato
again, just to
potato.
highlight, right? They no longer have coach intervention for the
मुंह
rest of
तोड़
this
देना
map
मैंने.
if Nongshim don't give it to them. So now they transition.
What
up
is
to this
happening?
defensive
Maybe
side,
DRX is
and they do
losing
have to
to
just figure it
Ascension
out
team.
together as a team.
4-8.
At the very least,
What is
we can
this?
say they have recovered from that round.
What's happening?
So, not too bad. We'll see if DRX can continue to play without that coaching intervention. But on the other hand, the thing that does excite me quite a bit for the second half, I mean, this is where you get to see the Nongshim patented deadlock. This is where it's made its claim. I mean, yes, on the defense, you see how strong the utility is, but on the attack as well, they've got some decent lineups that can really come into combo, especially with Dambi on his movement.
Yeah, and I think for me in this one, right, that's going to be a little difference for Dambi going on towards this Raze as opposed to the Neon. In this current look for Ivy, his utility has been
Hi, Krish.
too. You also have to remember last time.
Very real time Skull GEN.
Right? So it was the signature of the wall, the barrier mesh. So
It's
there's more
NS,
options now for a
Kuldeep.
couple
It's
of,
not DFM.
continuation
It's
combos that can
NS.
come
They
through
play
from
good.
Nongshim on this side of attack.
They will win 2-1.
And that's
Let's see.
you know, quite tantalizing for me, to be honest with you. How RB's kind of going to navigate that one with this team.
Tantalizing, titillating.
मजा तो है वालों में. बीच में कब हो गया? You are late to the party, man. Mohit.
But there we go, already off the rip.
Yeah, the 0 point just going to confirm that Hyunmin's over towards the showers, going to dodge over the grab net, but this is looking to be a little bit speedy from Nongshim now.
Yeah, almost, but this is the quick pace play that we are all used to. Straight in towards lamps with the blast packs, and now with control over this area, it's much more difficult for DRX to try to play around. They try to set up with the Dizzy, but Francis just goes in for the kill. Triple on the board. Mako even firing right back, but that won't be enough. Hyunmin is way too low to make anything happen, while freeing is way too far off.
You say that, but there's no shields for any of these Nongshim members. Sharp Shot could do the job, but no dice on towards Persia.
How did he get 3, bhai?
Now for freeing.
Oh,
See what you're going to be able to fly in and find.
maybe you can fly something
तो
in,
party
but I don't
खत्म
see
भी
how
हो
you
गई है,
can hop
crazy.
over this barrier mesh.
Oh,
A little bit
fading.
unfortunate.
It's fading.
There we go.
4K. 4K. 4K.
Ultimately still surrounded. Right click from the back. Beat
Arre!
over. Francis, knife in his throat.
Yeah, he's just going for the right clicks on the classic, run out of ammunition, and well, there's a reload to even come through from freeing there. So why not just go for a bit of the backstab? You're already you know,
इसमें
managed
इनके
to
next matches है chess के.
remove Team Secret last time.
ये
and
month
we
में
know for
chess
them
है,
for
फिर
being
next month
the funny
EFC
knifers,
and
so
Taken.
sure. Let's just go with that. Importantly though here, Quack, that's the secondary
Who
pistol that
are
comes through Nongshim on
free,
this
bro?
map, so they are really starting to set themselves up
खराब
for the
लगा.
potential of map 3.
काट दिया भाई.
Always be very welcome sight. Once we do
भाई आज भी full बदला ले रहे हैं bro अपनी पुरानी team से.
DRX dodging the lineups for now. They've done their homework.
Knife Yas, man.
Audibility as well goes a long way. Will the classics though also be able to go a long way in this one or not?
I will take a gander to say that Nongshim are being a lot more cautious.
Yeah, and this is where I'll throw it back to highlight as well. That's kind of what we feel that RB is bringing to the table in this one, right? A little bit more slower pace. And around such as this, it's fine. You want to scope if you're running in towards a full stack. So you get the idea. But I still think you want to see just the Nongshim aggression and balancing that up with the slow pace and the fast pace.
Otherwise, still.
मुझे लग रहा है उसको देखा है.
I wonder if
What the
Flashback
fuck?
saw.
नहीं, I think देखा है Flashback ने.
Oh, he did, but he just gets dispatched off by the ghost.
That will be rather unfortunate. Meanwhile, getting the read onto the
Almost
B side as well.
flawless.
But again, firepower not on their side. It will be Nongshim decimating all the rest of them.
And there's the two.
ये knife नहीं करना था. Now they're gonna face the consequences. Consequences.
Are now going to be able to get on the board here on bind.
Bro, he just saw the opportunity and कर दिया उसने. I mean, it's not that
It
deep.
just feels like the map is severely lacking. I love, by the way, when players jump up in the saturate and they just float down.
It's
just a fun dynamic.
Decider में. Oh.
Thing that we get to see not happening too often, but still. Lineups once again for Nongshim.
Big round for DRX though. Hey, 3 players on this A site. See this utility, see the bodies, confirm what's happening at the moment. Darby doing what he can. Hyunmin gone.
That was nice entry.
Short as well, but still hidden. It's going to be Flashback trying to ring things back, but it's not going to happen.
Bonus भी जीत
with the
गए.
executions finding successful hits. Barrier mesh towards the back side as well. That means you only have to
मतलब
worry.
निकाल सकते हैं. 2 लोग low हैं, but still मुश्किल है. ये लोग trade ले लेंगे.
Slowly inching forward. Does go for the swing now.
Nice try.
Flashback for
Nice
safety as
try,
well.
DRX.
He's just
GG
too
है.
darn good. Locks everything off. It's Nongshim up to
Slow motion में क्या मस्त उड़ते हुए दिख रहे हैं. हाँ ना.
In that round as well, completely catching DRX
Hi,
off
Rahul.
guard. Darby doing what he does best, shooting in the chaos right there, and just the rest of the team behind him as well. When you get into that post-plant scenario, I'm thinking to myself, where would the sensors maybe be? You've still got the molly, because when you've got that faster pace coming through from Nongshim, there's not a lot of utility that they needed to use as well. They would have had such a damaging post-plant if they decided to really
चैनल में लोग बोल रहे थे आईवी का एम ही नहीं है. कुछ भी बोलते हैं भाई. चैट आयरन होती है भाई आधी तो ये टूर्नामेंट्स में. आयरन भी नहीं एक्चुअली. वो लोग ने खेला ही नहीं होता. आईवी तो ब्रो उस दिन भी अच्छा खेल रहा था.
That's what DRX wants to say. Currently trying to, or needing to, get a good read across the map. Spots it out, Flashback. Will take down the first, but just as that happens, Dambi
gonna grab the orb, as well as that kill. 2 away from the showstopper. You've still got Persia lurking in the wings. So they could
लोग ने force
be
buy
an
किया.
angle for a teleport here for Nongshim later on, if they feel too hot under the collar at this B site. Confirming Gecko presence and Brimstone presence, I believe, as well.
हाँ कुलदीप देखा ब्रो. भाई मेरा पूरा इंस्टाग्राम और ट्विटर उससे भरा हुआ था सुबह. I was like, the fuck is this?
seconds to work off of. Meanwhile, DRX making all the movements, all the reactions on the B site. So clear enough. It's going to be a full rotations through the teleporter onto A site where there are only 2 left.
Oh, early saturate. This is going to stall for a good amount of time here, but the rest of DRX going to rotate over here to help.
Oh, well.
Oh, nice shot.
Good attempts from Hyunmin. He does do his deal with
इनका तो force buy भी मेरे को जाता हुआ लग रहा है.
Just quick enough. Blocks off Mako's route. Oh, he looks to get a couple of wall bangs in, but ultimately no kill. Needs to go back up to heaven or at least break the match.
एक match हो भी गया.
Meanwhile, slow flank coming out from Estrella. Does he find the timing against his opponent? Persia marks like a hawk and gets a couple of bursts.
ये तो 130 start होता है ना? हाँ, I forgot.
RB blocks lamps off.
मेरे रूम में काम चल रहा था यार.
Gets this obstacle. Doesn't happen. Just ult onto Estrella, or it's gonna be map point. He has to back off. It's a save.
Not doable. Just not doable. Another great play from Nongshim. The pivot around towards that side.
मैंने ध्यान ही नहीं दिया bro. कपिल तुमने लिखते
like a TP play. And Hyunmin just left the A site a little bit too early. It's a good saturate for him for sure. But RB just comes out, leading by example with the shots through. I'm even looking at the tail end. Ivy was placing his sensors when he was getting sprayed by Marco on that Bulldog.
No te ho, no party freeing bhai kala na.
Very sticky situation for DRX on that A site. And that's going to be now.
आपको लगा फर्स्ट मैप है? नहीं, मतलब मैंने ध्यान नहीं दिया, मैं भूल गई थी कि 130 होता है। मैं लॉल का टाइमिंग देख के बैठी थी तुषार, क्योंकि मेरा प्लान पहले आज वो करने का था। फिर मैंने कहा अभी VCT कर लेती हूँ। शिट यार, और जल्दी आना था।
Composition to work off, but haven't quite been able to get a good read for what Nongshim wants to set up for. These combos have been destroying them so quick, but here goes light speed into refract, and they get slight information. Just Francis spotted.
I'm surprised there wasn't a secondary flash to go through to be able to assist on that one. Doesn't really matter though, because look what's happening around site Alpha at the moment. Darby with the showstopper, Darby with a second. Quack, this might be done.
We'll go for a slight transmission.
हाँ कपिल, 2 स्ट्रीम करूंगी साइड बाय साइड, एक आंख से लॉल देखूंगी, एक आंख से VCT देखूंगी। कैसा है प्लान?
All the utility has been spent on his kit, sure, but his teammates are right around the corner. And as well as Francis on this lurk. It doesn't even need it.
Oh,
is online for
bro, imagine bro ace से end करता तो क्या crazy होता। वो फिर से knife करना चाहता है। Bro wants knife. Bro just wants knife kill. अरे मुझे लगा फिर से knife करेगा।
And that will be that. Just as soon as Icebox ends, we go over to map 3 with a 13-4 score.
भाई लेकिन क्या खेले ये मैप पे? You play League? No, I want to start with him.
Just unfortunate.
मेरे को ना अभी बहुत नए गेम्स खेलने मन हो रहा है ना आजकल, और वो I know इसलिए हो रहा है because I cannot play anything नए, तो मेरे को मन हो रहा है सब कुछ खेल लूँ मैं, तो वैसा सीन है। मुझे लग रहा है कपिल चैट में नहीं दिखने वाला। बोलेगा कभी सीधा जवाब आता ही नहीं है इधर, मैं नहीं बात कर रहा। फेजर बैन मांग रहा है।
Slightly different style for sure, but at the same time it's just lovely.
कल का फुट एमिट देखा? नहीं यार, नहीं देखा मैंने। सीनेट वाज प्लेइंग ओमन? क्या उन लोग का रोस्टर में कुछ चेंज हुआ है क्या? I thought सीनेट इज ओनली डुलिस्ट ब्रो, व्हाट हैपेंड? तो फिर डुलिस्ट कौन था? वालो एक गेम खेलो, एबी के साथ सारा भूत उतर जाएगा, ये तो +1। EME कर लो, अच्छे मैचेस है आज। किसके मैचेस है यार? बट CDM वॉच पार्टी भी है, मैं क्या क्या करूँ? पूरा दिन वॉच पार्टी करूँ मैं? 10 दिन के लिए उसमें भी बैन दे रहे हैं बे। अच्छा आइडिया है बे, 10 दिन भी नहीं झेलना पड़ेगा। I will consider it.
I never doubted Nongshim for a second. Obviously, they were going to come back.
FNCTH ये लोग का है क्या?
Very convincing fashion, even with DRX.
कर सकते हैं।
New comp with Waylay.
Yeah, they crushed him. Honestly, it was a beautiful.
देखते हैं, after CDM I'll decide. मैं तो आज भाई सुपर अर्ली, भाई मैं 7:30 से उठी हुई हूँ। Play Apex? I used to play Apex, अभी तो नहीं खेलती हूँ। But हाँ, after watch party ये सब खत्म हो जाएगा, उसके बाद I'm gonna play different games. वैसे भी वालों तो खेलना भूल जाऊंगी मैं इतने टाइम में, है बॉर्ड जैसा खेलूंगी, इससे अच्छा मैं दूसरे गेम्स खेलूंगी।
Really did his job quite well.
Yeah, look, very comfortable. But I think
Hi,
everybody
Sandesh.
Nongshim, this is their home ground. This is where they have historically loved to take the veto.
फेजर बोल रहा था कि शीरो मैराथन वॉच पार्टी हो जाए। फेजर तो बहुत कुछ बोलता है भाई, उसको कौन सीरियसली लेता है? आपने कभी PUBG मोबाइल खेला है?
KO come in and you know of course still that deadlock for Ivy, which you have to love. I mean, I just this team on Bind
Nice.
very strong.
I was interested to see DRX running double init. I feel like double init's falling out of favor quite a lot in the meta right now, and DRX still committed
भाई
to
तुम
it.
लोग अभी
We see it the way
literally
into the comp as well. So I you know there was a couple
40
of nice
मिनट्स
looks
पहले
at
मेरा
the
रूम
start
देखते
out
ना,
of the attack. There was
अभी
some
जैसा है
nice
उसका
looks
एकदम
from the Waylay, but overall I think Nongshim
ऑपोजिट। तुम लोग बिलीव भी नहीं करते कि उस टाइम वैसा था और अभी ऐसा दिख रहा है। सब कुछ इधर उधर बिखरा हुआ, लेजिट क्रेजी। बेड पे पूरा सामान भरा हुआ था मेरे बेड पे।
William Cho or Chobra.
I just
Crazy scenes the
I
bhai.
wasn't planning on being on the desk, which is why I'm wearing shorts, right? I would have worn jeans or slacks if I was going to be on the desk.
It's a lot of knees.
It's
Yeah, Piyush, galti se.
career, I just listen. I'm not trying to disrespect the audience.
Cover this up.
Thank you.
This is
All right, here we go.
Decent broadcast. Thank you.
Here we go.
इतना अच्छा था क्या? अब एक बेवकूफ मुंह तोड़ दूंगी.
But anyway, can I just say, I would like the apology forms for everyone who was calling Dombi a Neon 1 trick, all right?
I never said that.
I'm not looking at I'm just saying.
I wasn't
I'm just saying.
Those of you at home.
He played very well on Raze this game. I was very impressed by that.
No, 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 no.
Did you know Dambi was not a one
Da
trick
da
Neon?
da
I've been
da
trying to tell people that his Raze is really good and his Jet's pretty good too. And I've spoken with him as well, and he actually is sick of playing Neon. So like,
Really?
I'm just.
Oh.
Yes, he said that he's been wanting to play more like Jet, Raze, other things because he's been
Waylay?
playing Neon. For so well,
Oh, God.
I don't know if he's.
मुझे एपेक्स मोबाइल की बहुत याद आती है.
Let's hold off on that.
मोबाइल गेम्स में मुझे कोई मोबाइल गेम की याद नहीं आती एक्सेप्ट पबजी मोबाइल.
I felt like they stole around. I feel like in the first map they got around.
पबजी मोबाइल से क्योंकि यार बहुत ना मेमोरीज भी जुड़ी है एंड लाइक उससे ही सब कुछ शुरू हुआ. नॉट जस्ट फॉर मी बट इंडिया में अभी भी जो भी है उससे ही शुरू मतलब उसकी वजह से इतना है. तो वो सब पबजी में एक अलग जगह है उसकी. लबुबू डॉल्स के पास भी विंगमैन है. विंगमैन? तुम गोजो को विंगमैन बोल रहे हो?
To fight with flashes above your head and just scale out B long, and you see it a lot on defense coming in for retakes.
Yes,
like
Siddesh.
It is something that can be quite strong, and I think is underutilized in Valorant actually. So I'd love to see some more of that. But
कल
this is the Dambi
देखा
highlight
था.
reel now. This is Dambi on Raze.
नहीं
Shot was good.
नहीं देखा यार मैंने.
You were very entertained by all of this.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought that round was over, and then Dombi freaking proved me wrong.
I was watching Oswald, guys. I watched Oswald and went to sleep very happy. Like a happy kid. 3 मार्शमैलो ना एक ज्यादा ना एक कम. बहुत मजा आया. Hi Rahul.
We have to highlight him, man. Just honestly, very, very standout performance. And this is what Nongshim need. This is how they.
मेरा फेवरेट था वो भाई. मेरे फीड में वही आया. मेरे फीड में आ गया. I was like ये तो अब देखना पड़ेगा भाई. So इसीलिए. Oh shit, वालडल नहीं खेला मैंने. आओ guys. सार्थक को बैन दे देना. थैंक यू अगर है तो. नहीं है तो बहुत ही बढ़िया. आज का एजेंट होगा रेज. हट. फीमेल है, ड्यूलिस्ट भी नहीं है. 2020 में भी नहीं है. क्लोव ओके कंट्रोलर है. फिर तो एस्ट्रा है और कोई. अच्छा वाइपर भी तो. हाँ नहीं नेवरमाइंड. गाइस देखो अभी इसने ये इमेज दिखाई. अगर अभी इन्होंने चेंज किया ना तो मैं नहीं खेल रही. ये योरू है. आज चीटिंग नहीं किया इन्होंने. आज चीटिंग नहीं किया इन्होंने गाइस. कल चीटिंग किया था इन्होंने मेरे साथ. अरे ये तो सबसे इजी है. लोटस बी साइड. Oh my god. भाई काश मैंने सीधा एस्ट्रा लिखा होता फर्स्ट में. थोड़ा फ्लॉलेस सीन हो जाता. नहीं इसमें नहीं होगा. खैर तो ठीक है.
Very confident in this as a third map decider. They can play pretty much any comp, they can play pretty much any style, so the world is really their oyster. But
Hello Abhay.
I could see this going Nongshim's way. This is a map that they are.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh.
भाई लो रैंक की है पक्का.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh.
This team than both of us. So how are you feeling? I just want to point out also all the Korean casters mostly picked DRX as well. So please make a case for it.
They're stuck in the old times, you know, like as they usually are.
Shit. मेरे को लगा आइसो का वो है vulnerable. Okay now I have अबे वाइज है ये शायद से. What? What?
that's risky, but I think
अब तो नहीं पता गाइस मुझे लगा ये भी फ्लॉलेस करूंगी मैं
Fantastic point.
शिट
I think
ये क्या है
as a Nongshim
ये हमेशा एस्ट्रा नहीं अबे ये तो केओ है केओ
yeah. But I
Fragment.
what I'm seeing coming out from DRX right now. I think Bind, it looks like they're
लेकिन ये थोड़े दिन पहले भी आया था ये फिर से कैसे आ गया चीटिंग हुई है मेरे साथ मेरा फ्लॉलेस था आज ए इसका नाम मुझे पता है डूडल बर्ड्स ब्रो आज एक्चुअल में फ्लॉलेस होता बे I would make fun of their dumb faces but they're us we look stupid jet ब्रो आज एक्चुअल में मेरा फ्लॉलेस होता क्लोज था शीरो का कॉन्फिडेंस ऑन टॉप भाई हो सकता था यार आज सब एक ट्राई में होता मेरा सब कुछ एक ट्राई में रह गया कोई नहीं नॉट बैड
Of course, taking that signature composition that they're known for. I mean, sticking with that deadlock. No changes across on their side. This is what I want to see from them. They look very good in their last outing of Lotus, and they'll be happy that this is them upgrade.
Yeah, DRX playing something
मेरे
very
जैसे
standard,
fast बोल रहा है
freeing onto the fade. You're going to have Estrella playing the Viper.
ठीक
very
है ये
comfortable
पागल है
foundation,
क्या
going back to
सुबह
RR
से
times, and
टाइम ही नहीं
Flashback
था
going to be a
मुझे
player to keep an eye on the
I
fight. It's
don't
going to be
cheat.
a little bit more difficult to just shove into the sides with Danby.
I also just want to remind everyone in that last round, Mako couldn't get a kill with the DRX Classic, but I mean, Nongshim got a lot of kills with their Nongshim Classics unbind, so just a reminder if you still have a capsule
What
to
about
buy.
Icebox? Freeing was making that classic look pretty good.
Dude, are you stuck in the past like the Korean casters? That's map 1, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you should just buy both bundles, but this is a very important match. We want to collect as many championship points as possible, especially these two teams. We're going to send it back to the casters. Thank you so much, Chobra, for your time here. Quack and Komodo, please take it away.
Gonna take it away. I think they were doing a very good job at bringing up the sales for the entirety of the VCT Pacific teams, but apart from that, yes, we do have some interesting compositions, maybe slightly default. It's familiar, to say the least.
Yeah, well, speaking about sales on those things, Team Secret have had some good sales, and we saw Nongshim just absolutely bring the wind out of their sails in the last installment of this map. 13-3, if you did miss that one, by the way. What you might have missed also is that we're into this round already. It's a 5v5. The Spike is playing at a B.
Yeah, DRX have already made their passage into sight. Breaking the door as well, just to hold extra space. Everything's been smoked off for now, but surely after it dissipates, we'll get to see Nongshim.
कितने haters हैं?
They have utility to work off of.
haters हैं तो तुम सक्सेसफुल हो ब्रदर
Can be quite damaging.
लेकिन मैं नहीं हूँ क्या सीन है ग्लिच हुआ है शायद मेरे
Flash
साथ
lined up and it goes in perfectly, but here comes Hyunmin marking down the backside. He has that frenzy for close.
भाई ये
range
डाम भी
kills.
कुछ खा
Goes
के
for the
आया
next
है
one as well, while Persia tries
जो
to
भी ये
take
खा
it.
के आया है वो
But
मुझे भी
doesn't
खाना है
quite happen. Onto the spike, and it's just Danby
डाम्बी
with the
ब्रदर
ghost.
टाइम
Two
नहीं
players
है
to eliminate.
मुझे लग रहा है
He's done
टाइम
quite a
नहीं है
bit
वरना ये
already,
निकाल
but he
देता
needs to get for an ace just
ब्रो
to bring
टाइम
this
नहीं
all
था
to
वरना ये
a
निकाल
close.
देता
Doesn't happen. Estrella, the numbers all going down, and it's just DRX taking a triumphant win.
भाई कुछ खा के आया है डाम्बी आज मैं नहीं मानती
5v5s always get a little bit fun. I'm going to use the word fun in these ones. Everyone's just trying to shoot what they can, and you forget that a little bit of utility is there. The C's in towards Breakable Room as well doesn't
glitch
work
in
out.
the matrix
Flashes and the
bro
rest of it
for
does.
real
Good work for the side of DRX to claim the pistol. I'm actually intrigued by the fact that we have a change-up of agents on Nongshim Red Force's side, by the way, here. Quack, it's maybe RB not feeling the Sova, despite them winning the 13-3. Going for the fade. So we'll see how that difference is going to look in the depth of this map.
2 prowlers over 1 drone and 1 bolt, so maybe happy with that little difference. Other than that, right now, just controlling both extremities of the map.
Yeah, something we've got to see DRX be proficient in as well on this one, right? Just making sure that they're getting some early reads, not allowing a lot of this defensive space from Nongshim.
Apart from that, at the same time, just DRX. I think if this
Stadium watch party evening में 6:30 को है match
What was Choba talking about, the classics and everything? That's 12 bullets in Australia.
देखो I will do 2 streams but people are asking me to do 3 streams EME also
against a round where they don't have that much space yet. Picking up the ult orbs, taking more space now, scaling up towards A.
Prioritizing the ult orbs on Hyunmin at the moment as well. Wise idea, get him closer up towards that showstopper. Little by little though, inching forward towards the
आके ही आया होगा खाली पेट थोड़ी खेलेगा वो No shit Sherlock
Flash up, marching into sight, especially with the Spectre and the Phantom. Snakebite to block off any potential angles that might hit them in the back.
Some people are also asking to do split screen. अभी वो low IQ का कुछ कर नहीं सकते, you know. Sorry, Kapil.
Can really do anything at the moment. Remove a body, remove a gun.
LOL भी बोल रहा था कोई तो.
Francis eventually will make his way over here.
वो थोड़ा गलत संगत में रह रहा है, उसका दिमाग गया है.
Secondary round going swimmingly for DRX. They can hold on to these guns as well into the next round. Quack, it'll be quite the doable bonus round. Give it a good crack.
Or possibly one or two exits, making as much noise as possible just to lure DRX towards him. Dambi gets the first pick.
Guys, ये लोग बॉम्ब से मर रहे हैं. Question mark spam करो. Question mark spam करो. बॉम्ब से मर रहे हैं. Are they noobs? बॉम्ब से कौन मरता है? You. Noobs है noobs.
Keeping that ball rolling.
Iron.
Yeah, this is the time that we'll start to see what their attacking side has to look like as well, because we didn't really get too much of anything from them over on Bind. And I remember, you know, last stage where we start to see a lot of this Lotus play come through from them as well. They still kind of did shy away from it. We've seen some double duelist plays from them, but this is a DRX that still trying to revitalize a lot of what is working for them and how they just operate in the server itself, right? Chopping and changing players here and there. Need to see some stability in this new double controller shift. A lot of Omen and Viper plays. You know, same parallel for Nongshim, right? Persia on this sort of secondary pickup. Francis just kind of primarily being a Viper at the moment.
4 out of the
5 maps he's played so far.
भाई ऐसा लग रहा है जैसे सेकंड मैप है बट थर्ड है क्योंकि मैंने नहीं देखा ना फर्स्ट. मुझे फीलिंग ही नहीं आ रही थर्ड मैप वाली. चलिए काम करते मैं दिमाग से दोनों मैप निकाल देती हूँ. ठीक है, आई थिंक कि BO1 है. ये मैप किया बाइंड हटा दिया. First map
gets a good little spray transfer. Mako right back into the fray. Ultimately, DRX has the sight, and it's the onus on Nongshim to retake.
Persia on this flank doesn't have a shrouded step, so he's going to have to trip the shear. Now they know. Is it going to eventuate into anything though, Quack? Because Arby's gone. It means Dambi and Persia for a retake.
Dambi, at least he's got the full kit, maybe aided by Persia with a smoke and a flash.
उसके पहले मीम रिव्यू करोगे ना, मैं एक ही दिन में मैं क्या करूँ?
Lands the shot anyway. Persia out from the back gets decent one onto
काम करती हूँ US की ट्रिप मार के भी आ जाती हूँ. क्या बोलते हो?
It's DRX with a
एक बिजनेस भी खोल
लेती
हूँ.
For them as well, actually, just on the precipice of blowing into
the
seaside, and they just open it quite easily. In my mind, they force the hands, right? The difference in a Vice versus a Deadlock at the moment, if you're going to have a very quick Hyunmin getting on in, the sensors aren't really going to do much.
मीज़ा कौन दे रहा है ब्रदर? मुझे बहुत easily मिलेगा. किधर का भी? समझे?
They're at the right spot. If he's so quick, he's just going to shoot you. Great extra utility to come through from the rest of the DRX squad.
Esports player भी बन जाना, ये अच्छा लगा.
I might add as well, it goes a long way to have a good paranoia come out and a good post plant set up for the rest of the squad too.
Otherwise, Nongshim trying to play around their smokes as well. Oh, Estrella getting the spray. It's a triple. Persia off to the side. He finds a couple back, but Fring continues to march up front. Just Francis, who's so low and ill-equipped through the sheer wall as well.
Now it's a 1 versus 2. Francis is always running a marathon, it feels like, at the moment, in a different postcode to where the action is. But in this 1 versus 2,
यार बात करना पड़ेगा, नहीं होगा. सॉरी बे, ये वाला रहने देते हैं. बार्किंग एंड ऑल नहीं होगा. इडोलिस का फॉर्म भी भर देना भाई. तो मत ही लाओ भाई, मेरा फीड में ये भी आ रहा था बहुत ज्यादा. मत ही लाओ. लोगों का कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
Still sneaking in. The angle on flashback though might just give him the one-on-one.
भाई DRX जीत रही है बे, one sided.
It's the wall bang from flashback. Everything set up for it, and DRX now 4-0.
Just good level-headed play when they get in towards that.
Guys, हम सब की same feed है bro. The fuck.
Nice and early as well with that overdrive. They had a haunt, I believe it was, early on as well. Reveal a little bit of information.
मुझे लगा उसको बहुत damage पड़ा, वो ऐसे ही मर जाएगा.
Hide a little bit, but they do navigate it quite well. 4-0. At this point in time, it was where DRX were losing on the last map. There was a timeout
मत
called
करो
from them
guys,
to try
मत
and
करो,
bring a
मत
little bit of potency
करो.
back in towards
नहीं
their
नहीं, ये
play.
सब
Nongshim
हमारे
opting
chat
to
में नहीं
shy
चलेगा,
away
नहीं.
from that, so you feel like maybe it is okay.
Not here,
more valuable
guys.
to use them later on. Did note a couple of donuts still for some of the Nongshim members as well in the kill department. Want to see them start to activate at this stage as well, Quack.
Needing to.
DRX नाइफ करेगी. DRX में कौन है जो नाइफ कर सकता है? माँ को तो देखो भाई बहुत बोलस है. माँ को तो कुछ नहीं करेगा. फ्रीइंग नाइफ हुआ था, हो सकता है वो ही करे. बाकी तो मुझे नहीं लगता.
Feels like it's going to be a play when you've got this mound control at the moment to get Hyunmin in with the showstopper and freeing with the Nightfall. You could use both, you could use one. They are in fact gonna use both to get on in, and it's just
hello Nomacy, how you doing?
That's just classic DRX mind.
Oh, they got him too.
Keeping Nongshim on their toes. Quick entry into sight. Spike plant coming through. He also got the smokes up as well. Nongshim close by at least. Maybe Dambi alongside RB looking to initiate something towards the back. A hunt to go through, but
क्या ये राउंड
DRX just
निकालेगी एलिस?
evacuate the site.
मुश्किल लग रहा है मुझे.
as well. It is a post plant for mound.
Planted for long by. तो बहुत tough है.
Have to find those angles towards the mound area. Dambi feeling the
Good
need to
push,
slide
but
over, but
NT.
DRX just gets the read on towards Ivy, who gets a good spray
भाई
onto Marco
डाम्बी
as well off
कुछ
of the
खा के आया था,
Brixor
शायद
round.
वो उसका असर खत्म हो गया. उसको फिर से खाना पड़ेगा.
Diffuse this time. The pink shells in from Hyunmin onto the
अभी शायद hyunmin ने खा लिया ब्रेक
5-0
पे.
for DRX.
Glorious
पुणे आवा बट ऑफिस का इतना काम है, जा ही नहीं पाया. ओ स्कैम हो गया.
Get out of the sight in these sort of situations. Where do you think Nongshim might be able to defuse? Generally, the more protected one is up on the ledge. But just not afforded that ability.
छुट्टी ले लेना चाहिए था ऑफिस से.
Notice a bit of the awkward play from Ivy in that dark cover there as well. Just kind of sitting pretty, seeing what he could spray through it. And eventually dispatch off by Hyunmin. From the equation by him there. 5-0. That is enough for Nongshim to be bringing out a chat timeout opted for, because, well, we see a lot of greatness from them over on Bind, and we see, you know, it flipped over for DRX on Icebox, right? This is a map that we're expecting to be a little bit closer, right? We've got a lot more gameplay on this map from both of these teams.
पिछले वीक भी LAN के लिए छुट्टी ली थी. Oh yeah, right.
So I'm thinking to myself, Nongshim should be coming.
Unlucky next time.
Just very slow from them so far.
Yeah, have been playing catch up against DRX. I mean, that's why DRX have opted to start on this attack, and true to their style and fashion, especially with the coaching staff. There's so many mind games where, unfortunately, even with RB as an addition to the team, they haven't quite been able to find the legs needed to win this race. Nongshim, again, we talked about it, we're bringing it up.
LAN first 2 days खाली था. Because Sunday को mostly लोग free होते हैं, इसलिए Sunday को ही आते हैं.
This group will not make it simple, and they need as much as they can.
कभी शीरो आएगी और कभी मैं छुट्टी लूँगा.
May very well be a 6th for DRX.
किसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हो? खुद को.
Feel like at the moment as well for RB, not seeing too much weight
क्योंकि
behind this
उसको
change
सपोर्ट
from the
करना
Sober
चाहिए
to the
जिसको
Fade.
सबसे ज़्यादा
Right, a comp
ज़रूरत
that
हो.
they used to run with Margaret on the roster. It was Margaret on the Viper actually, and Francis over on towards the Fade. Remember against Zeta Division.
It is not the consequences, बदमाश. Last map बस NS better खेल रही थी.
Play in last stage, but not really feeling a lot of the same sense of confidence on this one here with this composition.
खुद का support
Especially
W
so
I know.
when you remember that they just did
I
one
know.
before with Team Secret too, right?
W
We're seeing a
तो
lot
मैं
more
हूँ.
gusto from Nongshim in that one. A lot more better reads. Currently reading wrong a lot of the time.
Different opponents this time. Meanwhile, DRX, wow, just staying on
भाई ये
top
क्या
of it.
one sided जा रहा है, लेकिन मजा नहीं आ रहा है. मारो बे NS.
Now, decent shots though, RB and Ivy.
सुन लिया.
Back Daffy as well.
ये लोग मेरा बहुत ज़्यादा सुनते
Up
हैं.
to the races, trying to pull
बहुत
off the
सोच के
flank.
बोलना पड़ता है मुझे
DRX, they
इसीलिए.
dug themselves into this site now.
You might have to see a straight up pop a pit if they want to try and navigate this round back. Are they going to look for Persia? He's on the cool angle.
Needs one shot, but the swing too smooth, too
ऐसे मैंने
fast.
throw करने नहीं बोला था,
2
but
on
ठीक
3.
है.
Got a pit here, and he's moved from the Outlaw to the Phantom too.
Dambi with the spray as well, just to flush them out of comfort positions. Oh, RB. Trying to get some verticality in this duel.
Oh, he's just got the horn.
Might be able to allow for A coordinated peek with the rest of the Nongshim forces. Dambi, way too close, but still gets a shot. Saw the tracers.
मेरे को लग रहा है 3v1 है. I mean 1v3 है.
Estrella trying to clutch it up, but RB will take it down.
I thought Estrella निकाल लेगा क्योंकि सब एक तो थोड़ा डैमेज थे ऊपर से उसमें डीके पड़ा हुआ था.
Even highlighted at the end there by Estrella.
लेकिन मैंने बोला मारो थोड़ा एनएस और देखो मार दिया. Easy बे. चलो अभी नेक्स्ट राउंड हार देना ठीक है चुपचाप.
That is such a steal of a rounds to come through from Nongshim, and they just do have to steal themselves as well going forward now. The timeout conversion going their way again, but I just can't help but wonder what the game plan actually does look like for them now on the rifle round, that you would expect that timeout to potentially be navigated towards here. Dambi on an
अब comeback मेरे को नहीं लग
side of the map for now.
Still trying to get at least
no PRX, no close map. देखो PRX ना बहुत thoughtful है fans के लिए. वो लोग वन साइडेड जीत भी रहे होते हैं तो वो थ्रो कर देते हैं ताकि सबको मजा आए देखने में. सब हाइपर हो ठीक है, सबको टेंशन हो और एलेक्स और गुस्से में हो, सबको एलेक्स को देख के और मजा आए, इसलिए वो लोग ऐसा करते हैं. समझ रहे हो थॉट प्रोसेस.
Hold that operator spot for as long as he wants before ultimately just running around to help the rest of the team.
Prowler check around pillar.
Entertaining होना चाहिए ना, ऐसे one sided जीत जाएंगे क्या मजा आएगा.
And now it's just confirmed that flashback should be by himself.
Right, he's trying to hold this forward space as much as he can. Has the Nightfall to deploy into A if he needs to, but right now revealing his location might be DRX's read to push into B.
Good pit, removing one angle of approach from DRX to pivot towards B for a bit of a crunch.
Or not, the pit here. A little bit too.
तभी PRX fan favorite शेड्यूल की तरह. Yes.
If the door's open as well, they can pop out of that pit from a couple of different angles, and it is as well. I'm looking towards what Francis is cooking here.
Nightfall, there it goes. Francis in for the double kill as well. So as soon as Hyunmin steps in the side, he's getting taken off board. Mako just trying to trade back. Finds a bit of a double, but will it be enough? Way too much ahead of him, and he puts the smoke up, gets a second shot onto Francis. Running out of ammo though, and Dabby slides in for the shorty kill.
There you go, the operator, not necessarily the weapon to do the job for him, but will retain it to the next round. Lion share of the heavy.
Imagine इधर से 5-7, जो कि obviously नहीं होगा.
Being broken actually, as I'm mentioning it, right?
But
you can
imagine
get in towards the pit and pop out at a different angle. When you've got that in combination with the Nightfall to come out from RB, well, they're not going to have any extra health or information on the back of it. It was actually after the kills did come on through, but still great item thrown in towards the round for the rest of the squad.
6-6 would have
to just clean up around the tree. This is what we need to start to see from them. Some good ideas.
ऐसे भी attacking map है.
The outset as well, and you think, yeah, there's
DRX के 5
invested in them.
rounds
You don't have them often, right? This is now where this DRX timeout actually kind of works a good favor for Nongshim to figure things out as well when they don't now have access to those ults.
Which makes you wonder what this timeout will eventually do as well for DRX, trying to extend this lead as much as they can, similar to what they've done on Icebox. So far so good, but Nongshim, having some setups, were able to turn things around.
I mean, I look towards this one right now with how DRX are playing it as well. A bit of a classic DRX style, right? Slow, deliberate, dangerous. They want to go back towards that little play at the moment. We've seen a bit more aggression from Nongshim on this defensive side now, right? So maybe play a little bit more back, expecting an operator play to be there. They're going to have to scope out where that is potentially lurking around.
Not boring.
RB on the operator.
I do love that we've got some young fans in the audience as
ये लोग
well.
कैसे बातें करते हैं फिर जितने लग जाते हैं, ऐसा क्या सीक्रेट स्ट्रेटजी लगाते हैं. जो हो रहा है गेम में उसके अकॉर्डिंग वो लोग डिसाइड करते हैं ना कि सामने वाले ऐसा कर रहे हैं, हमें अभी क्या करना चाहिए, व्हाट वी कैन डू. मतलब इतना मेजर कॉलिंग नहीं होता है, लोग के स्ट्रैट्स तो पहले से फिक्स्ड ही रहते हैं, तो बेसिक बस क्या करना है एग्जैक्टली उसका कॉल आउट रहता है.
Deliberate and dangerous.
Okay, we're taking a second to think up of it. Back into it. A lot of B presence made known.
Guys, हो सकता है थोड़ी देर ये आवाज आए, थोड़ा काम हो रहा है अभी भी.
The A area as well. Flash out, crunch play from Francis. And it's one player gone. Not just one, it's a specific controller.
Marco gone. Good little bait play to come out from Nongshim there.
Fracture map कब आएगा? अभी call लगाती हूँ Riot वालों को.
Funneling DRX towards this
और
A
miss.
side. A little lopsided shot from
RB
RB
भाई
there.
ऑप रहने दो आप.
Still confirming the information. Mash was quickly dealt
Train
with,
आ
so
गई. अरे.
DRX continue to scale up, but into the site, it's Dambi, it's Ivy. They've got the grab net, they've got the stuns! What a lineup! Unfortunately, Australia just walks into that cross line.
Yep, I'll call that being accidental. And now for flashback, well,
I'm just flipping the side. It's 0 days since we have an accident on Lotus.
Yes, No Mercy better बता पाएगा क्योंकि मैंने तो देखो खेला नहीं है
10 seconds to go, not really
जो
going to
No
happen
Mercy
there.
कह
So
रहे
a good
भाई.
taste of what Nongshim have to
Momentum
throw
चाहिए
our
call
way on this
रिजवान.
defensive side yet again.
मेरे को
And
नहीं
they will
समझा.
convert
क्या है? रुको मैं
another
म्यूट कर देती.
round after a timeout in the map.
काम चल रहा है
Doesn't
मेरे
matter if
रूम
it's
में.
theirs or
बोला
their
तो सुबह से
opponents.
काम चल रहा था.
This is looking to be quite the success rate from them.
Specifically this one after DRX's timeout as well. Really scratching my head for that one. But nonetheless, it's Nongshim doing a fantastic job at controlling the map. You've got the op now, you're keeping them for another round.
Yeah.
And at the same time, this crunch play outside of Mount,
It's some really
I
good
know,
plays
Soul.
against how DRX's slow style is at the moment. So I'm hoping DRX
घर
do
के बगल में
recognize that
स्टेशन
they
है.
can
बे
get a little
पागल
bit
हो
of pace, but
क्या?
as I say that, Nongshim are actually
कुछ
turning
नहीं
it
है घर के
upside
बगल
down.
में.
They are steaming
Ooh.
ahead, and Dambi, he's
Dambi?
well just folded.
yeah,
Bro, what
Francis,
you doing?
good
You are
backup.
playing so good.
DRX
ये क्या
trying
spam है?
to
Nerds all
pick up the pace as
crazy.
well, straight into the A site, but still wary because of all the Sentinel utility.
Mixed
Traps
emotions.
abound. It's the Nightfall that supports them, and Hyunmin will be able to eliminate Ivy. Persia though, backside, back line, still lethal. The Prowler confirms his position still. He hasn't tried to step away, but Hyunmin needs to get the kill if he sees to find anything. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite happen. As I get tongue-tied, it's now freeing, and Mako
Bro,
left.
it's very much
Haunts out
winnable.
RB, and the rest of the gang trying to peek off contact.
Oh.
Single kill into possibly the final one.
नहीं, Mako is gonna
no
clutch,
smokes
bro.
available.
Mako is gonna clutch
Has
this.
a kill.
He's
Could
gonna
even
clutch this.
maybe try to step away, but
Bro,
chooses to go for the
NT.
peek instead, and
मेरे को लगा
Persia
निकालेगा
gets him
बे.
down.
Oh, Persia was playing
भाई,
the
NS
most potent line
NS
to
जग
play
गई.
over at drop there. He was
प्यार
not
exchange
fighting
हीरो
on
के
more
घर
than
आ
he
गई.
could chew.
हाँ,
RB
तुम्हें कैसे
above him
पता?
when needed. There was
Choo,
no
choo,
full
choo.
commitment from DRX to go and dislodge him from there either. That's really level-headed play from Nongshim, and I even like the little bait and switch play at the top of the rope as well.
No
These
jeans.
little
I
micro
believed.
pieces starting to work
I
a treat
believed in
for
Mako.
Nongshim. The operator too. I mean, still.
Guys,
looking
पता
to
है
be
पता है clutch
valuable
क्यों
for
नहीं
them,
हुआ?
but it
पता है
is
clutch
the
क्यों नहीं
rifle
हुआ?
work and the
Can you
tandem
tell me?
plays that is coming out that is just looking a lot better for them now. This 6-0 that was looking to be the situation for DRX, and that eco thrift he comes on through. Now we're seeing Nongshim
Mako पे
potentially
उसका
doable for a lead
strongest
at the half as
weapon
well.
नहीं था.
Yeah,
इसलिए
might just
clutch
be
नहीं
able
हुआ.
to
Because
string
आपने
3
बोल
more
दिया
rounds
नहीं.
together, especially with this half buy from DRX now.
He can only clutch with a
Say that,
Marshall, bro.
There is a showstopper for Hyunmin to get into the site with no deadlock utility towards C as well. He'd have some free territory to find for flashback to use the Steel Garden.
Makes you think to what Nongshim's plan is currently. Trying to get a read for the
चलो ये round तो I think नहीं
Now it
आएगा.
has to be a full rotation in.
And they only see Francis with no
ये
deadlock
तो
utility, right?
बहुत
So they know he's the only one there.
tough
They don't have
retake
to
है.
rip the Steel Garden
बस ये
early
लोग पे
and
वैसे
hold, they
guns
can
भी
wait.
stinger है. ये
This
लोग
could buy
close
so
खेलेंगे तो
much time.
easy है.
Which could give DRX the 6 that they're looking for. Ivy has the annihilation as well though, but there it goes.
लो भाई. Ult भी कर दी.
Blocked away. Trying to create some space off the threat of this
बच
ultimate.
जाएगा ना वो?
Dambi stringing himself in. He does have the shorty.
Never
Ivy
mind.
hops over onto stairs. With the guns out now, it's going to be the flash
Oh,
from
the
DRX
good
trying to keep
flash.
this in their control, but until it's RB who swings out and finds a lot more
The
as well,
fuck?
freeing close
Time
range
ही
with the
नहीं है,
Stinger,
क्या कर
trying
रहे
to
हो?
do it
अरे
all.
गोल
The
गोल
time
घूम
is
रहे.
running out for RB, goes for the tap, Oh, he's got him around the edge of the spike. He finds
बेचारा फ्री 2 बार कट गया है, क्या चल रहा है भाई? उसने क्या बिगाड़ा है तुम्हारा? Please leave him alone.
Oh, it's
भाई
entertaining, don't get me
फ्री
wrong.
क्यों?
But the round still goes DRX's way from their
Bro,
initial
I
game
feel
plan. As
bad
I said,
for
the
him.
showstopper in, they're going to flush Francis back, but he actually gets splash damage.
अरे
by the
बर्थडे मना रहे
ultimate.
उसका बैठ के.
Showstopper allowing entry in, and then you start to see this retake looking good. I gotta say, the quick 180 frag that goes on towards Mounds, that was very nice, but just no time in the end to seal the deal.
कुछ
As
फर्क ही नहीं
DRX will
पड़ रहा
find
है.
round number 6. So at least tie up at the half now. Guns are plenty still for
No
Nongshim
way,
too.
bhai.
No operator though. So the standard rifles and Darby with an overdrive if he wants to pop that one and keep up the electricity that we're seeing now in this server.
Just to keep the score.
Would you have it any other way
Feeling
though,
नहीं
for DRX
freeing.
to go back into something slow after going very fast in the last
Crazy
round?
भाई.
Persia playing Spotto. Needs to be very careful that he's
Obviously उनको इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता है.
I think he might have just gotten
उतने
spotted
वीक
with
मेंटल के
by the
साथ तो भाई
Prowler.
तुम इस बोर्ड खेल ही नहीं
Well,
सकते हो.
Boombot into sight.
ऐसी चीजों से अगर इफेक्ट हो गए तो तुम्हारा पूरा गेम इफेक्ट हो जाता है. टीम का पूरा गेम इफेक्ट हो जाएगा फिर.
behind him to get a
So
trade
yeah.
at worst. Or maybe best, whichever way you do look onto it, but you've removed Estrella from the equation. It's a call from the beyond now for DRX. How they want to still look to finish out this round. Big investments of util towards C, they're gone in.
Kunmin has been good on the entry so far, but he's going to have to pull off a big one if his team is to find this round. Nongshim surrounding the site. Just trying to get things covered, especially with Mako's utility. Now that the spike is planted, they will back off.
C's for freeing, one away from a nightfall. If he gets that online
Hi,
here,
Vishal.
huge.
That's why he's playing around the site. Especially with the angle out from defender spawn, but here comes Gravnet in with Dambi's movement. Green gets the kill, quick off the rip on the Nightfall, and then knocks him out from the back though! Francis Ivy! Out of nowhere! Mako tries to play sneaky around it, cancels the TP, gets the first kill, but not the transfer at the second! Good attempt, but Nongshim come out on top!
That would have been such a smart play to come out from
Right,
Marco there
defense
when the
में
squad on his opponent's side is all
पांच भी
deafened
अच्छा
by
है
the
इसे.
Nightfall. Reposition, but not to play post from the mound. Just narrowly behind
5
enemy
rounds
lines
good
to try
enough
and find
defense
them.
में.
Valiant attempts.
Nice
You
TP but
understand
NT
the
but bro
idea.
पता नहीं
Just
कैसे
the
अवेयर था वो
execution at the
घूमा.
end doesn't come
ट्रेड भी
through.
इतना फास्ट.
And Nongshim will hold on, they will answer
अच्छा
back.
मारा उसने. निकाल
Good
ही
work
लिया
late
था.
to come out from Francis. A necessary kill onto Flashback there. If he doesn't find that one, rounds may even go the other way to DRX. But now, to the last round of the half here, Quack, you're not got the greatest weaponry for the Legacy squad here.
Tabby only
See, a
plays
6-6.
on Neon.
The annihilation for
But he's
Nongshim as well.
good.
So just
एक
trying to
second,
put as much
mind पे वो
control
raise
as
नहीं
possible.
था.
That game plan of preventing DRX from coming online.
If they want to go towards this A side as well, and you see the barrier mesh thrown down, I think that kind of disturbs you a little
Bhai,
bit.
chat, please.
Annihilation, a scary prospect here.
So flushes DRX over and straight into the crosshairs of Persia.
Job's done.
Never mind वे.
Well, the spike's
भाई
down.
6 राउंड तो बहुत
And
ज्यादा
the
है.
round very well might be as well.
ये तो ब्रो
Francis
NS को
down for a
जीत जाना
count.
चाहिए honestly.
Gets another for his troubles. Dambi wants a slice of this pie as
Bro,
well. Straight up
NS
trying to play
winning
close range with the
from
Stinger,
DRX is
but
crazy.
unfortunately, without the range, without that firepower that was so desperately needed, this first half will end in a 6-6.
Great recovery from Nongshim, I
Damn,
gotta
we would've
say.
Neon
I was
only
very
rest
worried
mid.
for them in the early beginnings in the 5 in a row that we come through from DRX.
जब से
DRX,
हीरो
sorry.
ने
When
NS
we
को
consider
मारने
as
बोला
well,
तब से
folks,
NS
if you don't know the
देख
situation
रहे
state
हो?
of the Ascension spot
Powers.
for Nongshim,
Oh,
right?
yes, please.
They've got to get to playoffs here, essentially, to confirm back to an Ascension play. They get towards Champions, they stay in Pacific. Great, gorgeous for them. The problem is at the moment, right? They were looking worrisome in here.
5-0 से
They
6-6
got the
अच्छा
victory
comeback
against
किया.
Team
5-0
Secret, so
पे
that's
ही
going
मैंने
good for
बोला
them,
था.
right? We know that they've got to get
NS
victories to
मारो.
playoffs. They've got to get top 4 in their group. Yeah.
वैभी को सीखना चाहिए.
We've seen some miracles from a team that
ऐसे
has been
सुनेगा मेरी तो हम
0-3
legend
before
बन
in
जाएंगे
Paper
दोनों.
X. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's a lot of different weight when you think of a name like Paper X and Nongshim, right? So the fact that they've bested Team Secret, we look to DRX here.
कब एसिडल को इधर देखेंगे?
Absolutely, they should be going.
One day, bro, one day.
RRQ after that.
बहुत time है, बहुत ज़्यादा time है, but still, one day. एक second guys.
The point in play is for Nongshim right now. I was worried in the beginning of this map because they were 5-0 down.
Okay.
They've come back to tie, Quack. What do you think of that?
That's what I want to ask you. I mean, you're calling it like it is. I love it. And Nongshim, they do have tough opponents ahead of them. But final vibe check, because it's a 6-6, where are you?
Vibe check?
Yeah.
Do I go with my initial prediction or do I betray that? Because I've always been a fan of the Ascension
Ignore
teams.
the prediction. We're staying in the moment. What is the final vibe check?
In the moment, I think DRX going to this defensive side should look a bit better. But Nongshim on attack? No, I'm not going to betray my prediction.
So
DRX.
come on, man. You were hyping your stuff. I got excited for nothing.
I've got to keep people guessing.
And that's why they're going to keep watching for you as well. But here we go, back into the game. It's DRX, like you mentioned, on defense. And in typical DRX fashion, it's the full control. It's the toxic screen. You've got the Vise as well. No Shiro for now.
The thing for me, though, is...
Hero motivation classes चालू कर दो. I will take membership है. इधर मुझे
So we'll see if they're going to be able to convert that. Team Secret, I think.
खैर वैसे खुद मेरा ये सीन है कि मैं खुद को ना मैं खुद ही कर सकती हूँ.
This time might support
दूसरों से
them.
नहीं होती मैं.
Case in point, Francis holding the angle finds an unsuspecting Mako.
Great shot. You can get a couple more of those. The pistol would go your way here.
अबे ओ परिचय. Nice gloves.
Movements, just a bit of presence
हद हो गई है.
pulls the rotation over, which leaves B open. C as well a little bit.
Oh, DRX pistol हार रही है.
Want to go.
Good call from RB. If this is the right one. Of course, they only needed the 4 to
मैं
close against Team
DRX
Secret.
के हारने पे
attack.
सिर्फ
You're
माको के लिए
starting off
खराब
with an
लगता है
attack
मुझे.
round
बाकी
here.
तो ठीक है.
That'd be absolutely great for you.
We got the Thorns tripped up though, so it's just one person on side 4 now. Not quite
नीचे
yet
तो
spotted.
देखो.
First does fire off the shot. Estrella trying to dance around with them. We're going in for the tango. We'll see who truly leads this dance. It's going to be Nongshim. Straight into sight. Spike planted soon enough.
Oh, 10 seconds though. This is the hunt that DRX want to get into to try and deny that. But
उसने
they're not gonna be
फ्लैश
able to.
करके टिपी किया था ना शायद.
Not for now.
तभी उसको
Sonic
नहीं
sensors
समझा.
set up as well. Oh, what an angle though. Off towards the back, they find vision into stairs. Nongshim now trying to avoid it.
Paranoia from Persia.
फ्लैश होल्ड
Smoke up as
किया.
well. It will
Good
push
one.
DRX back just for a second. And it allows for Francis to find
Good
another
round.
kill. Close range is RB with a
Can't lose
Nongshim
this.
Red Force Classic.
No way we
Gunman
lose
trying
this.
to deter or
Chance
destroy
ही
that
नहीं
as
है.
much as possible, but unfortunately
Exactly.
it doesn't really fall into disarray. Nongshim still under control, will pick up the pistol.
Very nicely done from them. All
सिर्फ एक
starting
आदमी
with
कौन
that
सा
sharp
स्पेक्टर
shot at the
दोनों
very
में
beginning,
पहनूं तो
wasn't
शायद
it?
आना
Very
जरा
audible for the rotate
मुक्का
towards the
मारूंगी
C
तो
side
इसमें भी आ
where
जाएगा.
I'm kind of questioning as well for DRX, how are they going to be moving the Vice utility around this map, right? We saw a lot of fluidity.
पुणे वॉच पार्टी में और आपकी स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ. ऐसा क्यों? उधर मजा नहीं आता क्या तुम्हें?
As well. I think Vice, you know, you're just seeing a different play where a lot of teams will spot
उधर
the
मिलो
Vice
भाई सबसे जाओ.
and you're baiting that first before ultimately exploding in, right? If we see that from Nongshim, that'll give DRX some good ideas on how they want to play their bait traps around it, is what I'm kind of expecting. It'll have to be a bit later on after this round, though, when you consider that, well, this is just the anti-eco, right? These are the pistols for DRX. They shouldn't be finding too much here.
Probably. We've seen it happen once.
Exactly, yeah. That's why I kind of hesitate a little bit. But it should be Nongshim
That's right.
finding this one, and they're off to a good start. Francis with another opener.
Again, it's the same, I guess, protocol of making some presence on C. Francis continuing to hold, and unfortunately, this time it was Fring's head who got taken off.
What?
With the peek out,
उधर वो
though.
क्लासिक से कैसे नहीं
Francis
पट
in with
लिया?
another. Dambi sliding forward. Now A side is open.
Australia's found that from pretty much.
भाई गार्डियन डोनेट कर दी.
Back of mound all the
Throw
way
कर
to-
रहा है
if
ओमन.
you look at the radar with the classic, yeah.
Sick shot. Still though, his
Shadow जरूर
flank
कर
presence
सकती
will
है.
be noted, should be noted by Nongshim.
it's the only opportunity I feel like for DRX to pilfer this round.
सैम मैंने Dota 2 ट्राई किया था बस मेरे को क्योंकि आता नहीं है मैंने सब गेम्स कभी खेले नहीं Dota 2 एक बार ट्राई किया था कोशिश की थी खेलने की बट मुझे नहीं समझ आया था इतना क्योंकि उसमें बहुत कैरेक्टर्स है दोनों गेम्स में मुझे फॉर्मेट पता है गेम का क्योंकि पोकेमॉन यूनाइट खेला है थोड़ा बट वैसे मुझे नहीं आता बट हाँ मैं शायद खेलूंगी जब मैं गेमिंग फिर से स्टार्ट करूंगी अलग अलग गेम्स आई एम गोना ट्राई तो मेरे को लीग खेलने मन है तो कोशिश करूंगी
He's got like 2 or 3 wall bangs by now.
Yeah, to be able to close the deal on that one. So you take out those 2 first rounds for Nongshim. Now you're getting in towards the deeper territory. Now you're getting in to see what DRX.
लॉल खेलो एक बार या बोला ना खेलूंगी गेम जब वापस स्टार्ट करूंगी तब आई ट्राई उधर से कैसे मारा वो एक कर
Similarly over for map number 1, this is where they can look to break the continued streak of just second half successive rounds.
Even Sukuna was surprised.
If Kritika and Ankita plays Dota 2, it becomes Chota 2.
So, condition DRX around this.
Risky pick to come out from the DRX guys, actually.
बेचारे इधर नहीं होते हुए भी टूट रहे हैं.
Just playing footsie.
That's both.
फेकर के बाद शीरो का ही नाम आएगा. Oh my God, crazy.
Real early in the piece.
Meanwhile, Nongshim.
फेकर के बाद नहीं पहले आएगा. Oh, damn. These fans, dude.
As possible over to C and then slow scale into B. Spike not yet fully committed, so Nongshim are in a pretty good spot.
I would say so, but you just got to remember they've got to eventually choose where they want to go. Are you playing on the back of this Francis lurk at the moment? Are you wanting RB to sniff what he can scope in towards B and then ultimately pivot towards the A site? There's that shear.
Yes, Faker is good.
She does so successfully. Now it's go time in towards the C site for the Nongshim guys.
Yeah, trying to
bonus तो मुश्किल लग रहा है.
Right now, just Dambi in, but DRX should be getting a good read for this. RB though, still trying to do as much damage as possible. Gets the first shot. It's good C's as well. Low HP. 2 kills. Maybe the third. Shut down by
RB going huge.
But here comes Ivy with annihilation.
1-on-1 now when that cocoon takes him into obliteration. Marco's
पे full
helping.
HP है.
And he sets up the
इसके लिए बहुत मुश्किल है. इसका position भी.
Goes for a wide swing. Oh!
भाई अगर ये reposition भी कर पाता but क्या ही कर लेता मार्को पे क्योंकि smoke भी है. But बहुत damage कर रहा है. I think good bonus. Almost निकाला. Is your hand recovery is good? नहीं.
How he's managed to just
और आज थोड़ा सा कुछ उठा लिया गलती से तो दर्द भी बढ़ गया मेरे तो मतलब आज दर्द हो गया रिपोजिशन करना था तो भी मुश्किल ही था बट उसके पास टाइम नहीं था रिपोजिशन का क्योंकि मार्को ने वॉल तोड़ दिया था वो किधर ही भागता और वो भाग के जाता तो उसको पता रहता ना कैसे करता रिपोजिशन
It's workable, I'll say. You also baited out that annihilation of Nongshim too, so I think you're okay with that. But then you got to contend with Francis, 1 away from the pit. If they pick that up, post-plant could be problematic.
Judge concealed as well. Nongshim really gonna have to.
जिसको #1 मिलता है उसको एक मेंबरशिप गिफ्ट करनी होती है रूल है इधर का सो देख लेना
goes in off of it but the judge close range Ivy gets the flick
and now he's just got to sit and probably use his utility for the team, not go in early at all. Playing on the deadlock as well. Shouldn't phase too much.
Happy to hang back.
Is your wrist twisted? No, it's my brain.
Starting to feel anxious, moving pieces across the map too on towards B.
I am liking the little layering of utility that DRX are throwing around the map as well, spotting out things here and there before ultimately going towards this A site. Paranoid, a flush off Hyunmin, Marco as well, trying to do what he can.
ये तो easy no, हाँ easy round.
And that round quack has just crumbled, hasn't it?
Flashback भी अकेले क्या करेगी?
Tried to wrestle for control over the areas, but ultimately Nongshim come in with padded utility.
कोई heavy चीज उठाई होगी क्या उठा लिया अपनी cuteness या jinx power?
Like the bulldog save as well here, isn't it?
अरे यार पापा टीवी उठा रहे थे थोड़ा सा उसमें help कर रही थी मैं तो थोड़ा weight आ गया मेरे हाथ पे तो दर्द हो गया.
Can't really wrap all the way around to rubble to pick out the guns that are being pinged.
Guns out of reach.
you're going to have to just take this Bulldog, unless you find RB if he is going to consider just continuing on.
ये तो easy round है हाँ नहीं अरे मैं कंफ्यूज हो रही थी मुझे लगा उधर माँ को मार सकता है तो बट वो घूमते हुए उसको ही मार दिया बे पीछू से कुछ कर ही नहीं पाया वो Same happened to my hand 2 months
But yes, it
will be मुझे 1.5 महीना तो almost हो गया है मतलब क्या कह रहे हो 15 दिन में मैं ठीक हो जाऊंगी Yes, Rejo.
Short collective pushes over on bind, right? You could go up very aggressive together as a team with a pop, with this showstopper. Darby's done great work on it with the showstopper. Sorry, Tianmin's done great work with the showstopper on that attacking side.
हुआ क्या आपके हाथ को गुड क्वेश्चन ये ना मुझे पता है ना डॉक्टर को पता है बट
defenses do you want to go though very
GG
and hungry with it on this defensive side.
I think if this was Nongshim of old maybe but now because
I reckon Nongshim would but DRX
yeah I mean depending on the read because now RB is really taking things slow for the whole team. Nongshim are happy to once again watch out for all these possibilities. Hyunmin is trying to inch forward, but knows he has to keep his distance. Francis is once again holding this outlaw towards A. Meanwhile, presence now made known.
Inching forward little by little though as Nongshim toward their intended target of C, you would assume here. Just Estrella playing back down there. And Francis, he's going into a trap here.
Might be within range of possible nightfall. Hyunmin goes in for it anyway. Great kill onto Francis. But it's an outlaw that he will pick up.
Yeah, the rest of the team is going to be a little bit away from the territory of C that Nongshim are looking to call home for this round now. Freeing with the nightfall actually could be incentivized to use this in a retake.
That's what I was wondering. Meanwhile, utility on the side of Nongshim. It's just Persia in with a possible paranoia. Watching for the angles now, but here goes freeing. Nightfall is good. A great decay allows for a singular kill. Into Hans. It's scaling up into even more with the ghost, with the bulldog. Just RB left.
Are they going to flawless this?
RB.
There's nothing he can do.
It's not safe enough. Holds all the way to the end and even gets shut down. It's a thrifty, it's a flawless, it's DRX 8-9.
A flawless thrifty. When you look at the momentum
flawless
possibility
thrifty.
of Nongshim to hit the double digits in that round, that one hurts.
VCT CN VCT Pacific at same time first time एक ही time पे 2 मैच हो रहे हैं VCT के नहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है होते हैं कई बार
That's a round stolen that you are absolutely happy with for DRX.
सिर्फ आपके हाथ को नजर लगी है
Yeah, spiral a little bit of thoughts for Nongshim to have the timeout here. That it does.
You certainly have to wonder.
Oh, it's DRX's timeout. Okay.
इको निकाल लिया वो भी flawless. उसको आउटलॉ मिल गई और फिर उन्होंने फेडल्ट कर दिया तो सब ऐसे भी फिर स्ट्रांग हो गया थोड़ा अच्छा रीटेक किया उन्होंने पहले भी होते थे भाई तो हुए हैं बहुत बार हुए
this next round as well in a very pivotal juncture in this map, right? You get the next one, you're tying it up, you're looking to break the economy of Nongshim as well. That certainly is the spot to look to bring things back in your favor.
Is it possibly noted something as well, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
the 4-1 splits.
You have a chat with Termi at the moment, and you could definitely, you know, remember that he's coached RB. He might have a little bit of an inkling in towards what he might be thinking in these sort of stages.
BME Watchparty उसका I'm not sure क्योंकि CDM का भी करना है.
Tendencies is something that DRX has been able to pick up time and time again in the history of their players, right? So you can certainly see some tendencies in the course of this whole series right now for what Nongshim are wanting to do.
Wouldn't that be fun / poetic? Still.
बस एक बढ़िया deadlock कल्ट पड़ जाए मजा आ जाए.
Oh, Mako caught out with utility. Hyunmin thought about it as well. It's Nongshim going way too quick for DRX's comforts.
Bro, Hyunmin
double kill RB to trade.
क्या dodge करके मारा है
उसने? First pit is set up.
Frames early though.
Screaming around the corner of the pit, spraying blindly into it, and actually catches his opponent.
Deadlock ही मर गया.
Just Francis left.
Ult करना
so
था.
even despite all of Nongshim's troubles, the lengths they've gone to just to get the spike down, they find themselves in a position of no comfort. Hearing the door as well. Francis feeling claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic
Back
ही
in
बोल
as
दिया.
well. A couple of shots just to try to bait out the reaction, but Estrella has him triangulated.
Not enough math for the angles of safety there in the end, unfortunately, for Francis. Job done for DRX to tie things up on the back of their timeout as well. The rapid approach from Nongshim too, right?
Jinx power नहीं की उल्टा मैंने believe किया था.
Just got to give props to DRX on the quick
Tub
rotation
comeback
that they were
हुआ है.
able to get out here from flashback and then freeing to drop out as well. And yeah, the fact that Hyunmin's able to get a multi-kill
Hyunmin ने
from
बहुत
there
अच्छे picks निकाल दिए.
really does bail them
Easy
out of a
retake
more
हो गया
problematic
इनका.
situation than it could have been. Tied up scoreline 9-9. The economy now of Nongshim in question. What do you want to do? Do you force? Do you save? Do you eco on the back of potentially finding
Half buy पे भी आ गए.
ground yourselves?
Tough लग रहा है अब तो मुझे. अब तो DRX का game लग रहा है.
And the options, oh, they're superb, aren't they? Look at that, 2 in the opener. Make it 3.
Francis with a shot, but Estrella lines them up, sprays them down. Dappy in with a bucky. It's an explosive round, and one that gives Nongshim possible control. He kicks it into overdrive, tries to get the electrifying beams up, but freeing prevents it from coming online. Now, where is Francis? Freeing goes and hunts. He finds it. It's a Red Bull clutch to put DRX up on top.
Oh, Nongshim, you had it all on the plate. And it's just been pulled out from you.
Double jinx हो गया क्या? अब ये बोलोगे क्या?
In that round, I thought it was great how they're rapidly going towards C. They're
True,
hitting the
but
shots. When's the
almost-
last time we saw Darby on this Bucky? Just the other day. He always does so
यार
much
but
work with
नाम
that
में
one,
निकाल
but
सकता था. मेरे को ऐसा लगता
timing
है.
to be where he was needed when it mattered the most. Lining up 3. Yeah, you can laugh for that one. That's warranted for sure. DRX take the lead here with 10. And at least for Nongshim, they're not out of this round without any instruments. They do have the guns.
Yeah, pace slowing down now. Let's all catch a breather off of that one. Meanwhile, though, for DRX, looking to break Nongshim's bank and put themselves into a comfortable spot on this map's scoreline. Things are smoked off for now. Sheerwall has been swapped up to a different position. Nongshim, they've got some scouting work to do. And at this point, it's going to cost you quite a bit.
Finally, close map. यही तो चाहिए था.
Scaling up A.
The operator, noted now. Position towards the A side at the
सब
moment.
बोल रहे थे ना
Francis
one-sided loop.
watching and keeping in check things over towards C. A different look towards this Vice utility too. Towards the A side. Darby's just going to get ahead of it.
Nightfall in as well.
Oh, he's blinded.
Just not able to get the shot onto the crouched player.
चमका दिया.
With that, Flashback will put up a bastion on this A site.
What a flash to come through, actually, from Flashback. Keep us in a
Raised
bit of
हो गया,
equilibrium
raised
now,
हो
too,
गया.
in the 3 versus 3. Wasting
पर साइट मिल गया लोग को.
Ivy on the Annihilation. RB, mind you, used the Nightfall there as well, so we're in a bit of a reset territory with sub 30 seconds to go. The spike to make its way into this B site.
Good traps though.
There it is. Nice monologue. You got the Sonic Sensor set up as well, and now... Oh, Estrella
Oh,
close
nice
by.
shot.
Flashback shut down. Not too many options left for the
बहुत
DRX
risky नहीं
core.
खेल रहा RB.
Trying to get a good peek up over from heaven, but RB
Never mind.
knows. A little bit
Not
telling.
risky.
The Gravnet catches onto Hyunmin as well. Unless you crab walk all the way through, you're pretty much dead.
Deadlock is so good. Save करेगा.
But it will be the 3.
भाई फिर से equal. पहले 9-9, 10-9, 10-10.
Bow out. The credits, not a worry for DRX.
Ben 10.
They'll have another crack at it in the next round, but of course, so will Nongshim, tying things up 10-10. This
कल से
is
जितने आप देखा था
where
13-5
things
हो रहे थे.
start to get fun.
कल मैंने एक ही मैच देखा था.
These are the moments as well where decisions made can make or break a map in this late stage in a best of 3 especially too. If it was a best of 5, I mean, you'd have a lot more pressure on that one. But still, I think the pressure is here for Nongshim with the Ascension run that I mentioned earlier, and for DRX as well. You're starting off 0-2 as DRX in this group. That's a bit of a worry.
That's what I mentioned. It's status and DRX being such a legacy
Irritating
team.
agent.
You can't
Deadlock और
let this happen.
Neon
They've
same
done such a
है.
good job at taking the lead, but now they've lost
देखो
it.
दोनों खेलने आने
Score.
चाहिए.
Nongshim are
नहीं
within
Neon पे
range.
ना जज से बहुत होता है. Actually Neon ज़्यादा है. ये क्या?
Didn't expect Persia to be that close up. That one's personal.
फ्रीइंग ऐसे क्यों आ रहा है?
Shrouded step
प्राउलर
play in the
लेके जा रहा है
corner.
और खुद भी प्राउलर बन के आ रहा है.
Solitude freeing. We'll have to think about his mistake there. Talk about him as well, right? These are the moments that can make or break certain situations.
Stay in the present. Nonetheless, still, Nongshim having this much space, this much of a foothold around A lobby. They could rotate over, but Hyunmin with a sudden spam catches onto RB's helmet, and he's gone.
कार्ड में घूम रहा था. फ्रीइंग है ना, फ्री हो गया
Bounced
था.
out again. A showstopper
चला
being
गया
around
आगे
this point of A
बहते
as well makes things a bit more precious for DRX to keep him here despite Nongshim's presence. Of course, you want the bodies around there when you've got that showstopper available.
एस्ट्रेला पे
But do they
अल्ट है
consider
इसलिए
going
he's
to A?
playing
It's too
judge.
much. It's to be early pit from Australia at C actually too.
Going into B would allow them to bypass a lot of the Vi's utility until
चलो
Flashback
फिर
gets a
से
great
वो
shot.
होने
That
वाला
is
है.
Stabby, a little bit too
11-10
innovative
फिर
team.
होगा 11-11.
And that will be now
यही
Nongshim
script है.
trying to get the
Script
spike down as
समझ आ
much
गई
as
है.
possible. You have a snake bot as well. Nongshim trying to keep themselves into sight. The judge firing off a shot. It's a bit of a warning. Ivy trying to set things up as well. He does have another grab net to work off of. Meanwhile, you gotta worry about A-Link, and it's Francis here with an AWP of all things. Not the best weapon, and he loses his grip. It's just Ivy left onto the side, dug deep into the ground, and that will be DRX once again wrangling that lead right back.
That's a pretty clean retake to come out from them as well there. I feel like in the middle of the round though, they lose a little bit of that confirmed information, right? With freeing going real early on. That Viper's pit being popped from Australia just in case there's a little bit of a late alert to come through.
Guys,
or if it's a later play rather to come through
12-10
for Nongshim.
और
So I do feel like
11-11
there's
क्या
a bit
लगता
of a
है?
gap in the middle of the round there for
स्क्रिप्ट के
DRX.
हिसाब से.
And I wonder if that's a position that Nongshim recognize that they can exploit later on. I think maybe not in the tail end of this map. DRX will reclaim the lead here, and I look towards the timeout territories as well. Nongshim have one to still be able to draw upon. They don't opt for it here, which means DRX can find map point or Nongshim can tie us up to 11 apiece.
ऐसा लग रहा है DRX close out कर देगी.
Possibilities, but it all comes down to these moments in the game, and it's Hyunmin once again.
देखना.
The phantom spams.
Update on your
The
GC.
Vandal,
There is
right?
no GC,
Trackable,
bro.
traceable. He's done it again. Different member this time. Francis has
I'm
been
not even
such
playing
a linchpin on this map, I feel
on
like.
that
So
GC
the fact that
update.
he's gone at the moment now, super early. Nongshim opting to go for the silent approach. It's just one on this A site.
A lot of movements now as well. Oh, quick enough to catch freeing on the back.
They can set themselves up for a good post plant here as well. Get that
No, still
utility
it's very
down pat.
tough.
Okay. Early paint shells from Hyunmin to try to prevent someone from hiding inside a back site, but still not quite enough. Ultimately, the bear mesh
पूरा back से
now
खेल
draws
रहे हो
attention
अकेले
over.
उधर.
There's a seize and a grab net here for Nongshim.
Meanwhile, it's quite paramount for Mako to get a
Bro,
good spot
they-
to send out his
इनका
Paranoia
timing बे.
until RB gets the spam over. Slight gap for Mako to slip in, but the Sonic Center
भाई
catches him.
क्या
Dambi now
stunt था.
repositioning. Grab net catches onto both.
Team seize
Still,
कर रहा है.
Nongshim
Report,
hat-tree in
report,
hold.
report,
It's
Ivy.
the spams, it's
Report,
the shots,
report,
it's
report.
Nongshim up tying things. Piece
Sabotage कर रहा है,
11 to
report.
11.
Such an important piece though, isn't it?
पुणे में कौन सी watch party?
With all
AWC
of
watch
his utility,
party.
the fact that they go a little bit more rapid
Happening
towards the A
in
site, and he's held it as a
a lot
premium
of
for the site,
cities
for the post plant,
across
instead
India.
of for any sort of later flanking watches. When you consider that Francis is down,
सब
right, he's
announce
been the
होता
one to
है.
lurk around, he's been the one to find the information around
Ascent
those
will
sort of
के
positions.
Insta पे और हम
It's
लोग
just a
भी
full
story
focal
पे
point
डाल
for
देते
Nongshim to
हैं.
get in towards the site and set themselves up swimmingly there. They do so brilliantly to tie us up 11 apiece. Here's that timeout I was talking about though, Quack. They were holding on to it, right? I
NS
was saying,
winning नहीं
is it going to be
जीती ना.
12 to 10 or is it
तुम
going to
लोग
be
stream
11
lighting
apiece?
कर रहे हो
Well,
इसीलिए.
if you're a Nongshim fan,
Scam है.
it is the
Glitch हो
latter
रहा है
here.
उनका win.
Full rounds of regulation
मत
will now
करो.
be played on Lotus.
बताओ Ascension से आई टीम इतना अच्छा खेल रही है.
Same time, DRX
तुम लोग को
could
support
very
करना
well make
चाहिए.
use of this one. Trying to think. Nongshim will come into this with a game plan. Ivy is fired up as heck. This has been one hell of a series so far. Question is, which team's going to be the one to deliver
RIP
us
Logic.
the
हाँ,
end
क्या हुआ
right
Logic
now?
को?
Nongshim climbing back up.
कैसे?
This series really gives you a bit of a spiral to think on what the form of DRX is looking like when they get blown out by Gen G And when they have a map that's great and a map that's horrible against Nongshim, and then the final one is on the knife's edge, it could go either way. Really goes to say that DRX's form may be checked, properly at the moment. But for Nongshim, I think this is the best opportunity for them in this run toward playoffs in the early stages. I mean, we're still in this Super Week 1.
To keep themselves either in Ascension or in this league.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, DRX scrape up a bye. And they will not be going aggressive, just a 3 hold.
In the timeouts as well, you got to consider, right? Risk versus reward sort of scenarios for DRX. Do they choose to just play what they normally do, very passive, very defensively on the back of information, or do they take a risk here wanting to take the lead?
At least for now, once again, we see Francis on the lurk.
Yep.
Nongshim watching around this B area.
Oh, free.
The door.
He's just been spotted.
Prowler, screen back up for safety, and Estrella getting a spam through the door. Or just around the edge of it.
Removing RB is actually great as well because there's no more scope ability towards the front of B, right? They have to respect the shear that's still there, the toxic screen. They cannot flush freeing out.
Nomyom, thanks.
A little bit more problematic for Nongshim now.
Somebody got me.
The lurk of Francis has permitted them entryway towards the A
दिखा रहा है हाउसफुल हो गया. हाँ तो उधर first come first serve होते हैं. Only 100 slots.
Yeah, might be their only option anyway. Dambi quick enough.
भाई Dambi लेकिन मस्त entry ले रहा है हर round.
Could very well give them the round, depending on how Hyunmin plays. Still freeing, coming back through. You've got the Nightfall collapsing onto the site, and it forces Nongshim into disarray until Persia holds things up from the back. Oh, but the swings are still too darn good. DRX, in the blink of an eye, they have reached map point.
बैठा क्यों है?
Was just so silent in playing from the site when the rest of the squad of DRX was so noisy coming out from the breakable door. There was a later flank to come out through the spawn map as well. Really nicely done from DRX to be able to get that one. And I consider another situation where Marco's caught out, switching between Paranoia and Gun. Saw it in the tree earlier on, get the better of him by Dambi again. He's kind of getting his number a little bit.
I fade alt for the MVP bro.
Otherwise, it's into overtime territory again
Fade
on Lotus.
alt was the
Nongshim knows
very
well
when
it comes to overtime. Remember the 20 to 22 RRQ.
Close out here.
Well, all too well. Superbly familiar. Nongshim needing to even just make it to that point. It's a bit of mental conditioning. Now they're back over onto C, where Estrella is holding the angle. Just for info.
Dambi would love to get this overdrive into play. Or maybe you rather favor Ivy getting it for the Annihilation, but a judge. All right, they're going for the Annihilation instead. Can get him a gun upgrade if they play it now. Get somebody.
Dambi loves his shotguns.
This is true.
Guys, OT or no OT? देखती हूँ किसका अच्छा prediction है.
Trailing off.
Francis has not seen anything over towards the A site. False sense of security with the haunt that goes out there, but a brilliant, and I can't underestimate that enough, a brilliant spot check from Marco with that from the shadows. But hey, this is a hook, line, and sinker. DRX are rotating away from A.
Oh man, fantastic value, but
the fact that Dambi just goes back and makes some audible noise.
ये तो GG लग रहा है
मुझे. In a rough spot here.
मार दे backside
नहीं. Narrowly dodges the Annihilation, but still feeling the heat onto the site. The grab that comes through.
There's 20 seconds.
अबे time नहीं है लोग क्या कर रहे हैं?
Persia.
They're going B.
Yep, Nongshim straight back into B because Dambi has the space. Tension was the cause
Timing.
of rotation from before, but why not make it your site?
Flashback
though with the read onto it, picks up the double kill, enough for him into streaming as well.
There's no time.
Spike down on the ground, the round is gone. It's Hyunmin to pick up all the final kills. It's DRX to close this out. No OT. Final scoreline 13 to 11.
ना timing तो क्या है? उधर B जाने पे यही था GG
They
भी
bring
था.
themselves back into 4.
बोला था खत्म
DRX,
मैच.
that Titanic Force team.
बट अच्छा ट्राई था ब्रो. Ascension की टीम के साथ इतना close match तो expect नहीं किया था.
Into an iceberg and sinking. I don't know if it's the most convincing
भाई
series
लेकिन
that
Dambi
comes
क्या
out from
खेला है ना
BME to
neon
keep
पे
them afloat
crazy.
back, but my oh my,
Last round
it's surely one
panic
needed
थी
from
but
them in
मेरे
this
को
journey
लगता है वो
to
लोग को A
refigure
पे ही
out
जाना
what
था.
works
पता
for
नहीं क्यों
this
नहीं गए.
DRX core
एंड में तो
and the
टाइम नहीं था पर
identity of them
A
with
पे
the
ही जाते.
supporting cast around.
उधर से B जाने का
13 to
GG
11
हो
on the
गया.
final map here on Lotus. DRX will claim victory.
I mean, it's the calling from both sides.
Better than
We see
BME, exactly.
parallels between, well, Dambi versus
दो Ascension teams,
Hyunmin, who
एक
is
का
back to
performance
form,
ऐसा
but
और
at the
एक
same time for Estrella to be able to string all of this in together with the help of the coaching staff,
NT
of
for
course.
NS भाई
But
अच्छा
you
खेली
can
बहुत
say
अच्छा
safely
खेली
for now that
DRX के
have
साथ इतने
repaired
close
their haul.
games
They will
वो
be
अलग बात है कि
sailing
अभी
off
DRX
to
भी थोड़ी
possibly
रॉकी
more
है
games, maybe even more wins.
नहीं है अपने
But at
प्रॉपर
the
उस
same
पे
time, I want to
चेंजेस के
think
बाद
about this. You know,
बट
the
फिर
fact
भी
that the scoreline has been this close for both teams.
ए फाइनली
It's spicy Valorant. It's great Valorant.
Bane
And
ही है
there is
नहीं
a lot of
ये
talent,
Bane
Korean
आया
talent here in Pacific. We're going to toss it back onto the stage to take a peek into the minds of players.
Boom played last split so good even stage 1
And the win goes to DRX. Congratulations. 승리 축하드립니다.
thirdly
마코님, 마코님,
마코.
마코님 저와 함께
안녕하세요.
하시죠. 안녕하세요. 또 뵙네요.
cutie
안녕하세요.
DRX의 마코 선수 인터뷰 만나보겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
Been a while since you played against your long friend RB, and you took that win. It was a very intense day for us watching as well. Well, how was it playing against your longtime friend? RB 선수와 한솥밥을 먹다가 오늘은 같은 무대 반대편에서 경기를 하면서 승리까지 가져가셨어요. 오늘 경기 승리 소감부터 들어볼까요?
일단은 다행히 이겨서 너무 좋고요. 확실히
ये देखो आरबी को गॉसिप कर रहा है मस्त
I'm glad we won, and hey,
पुराने
I
कोच के
am
साथ
sure RB is a picky opponent. And you guys took a quick win on Icebox, but that bind didn't really go your way. How were you guys able to recollect your thoughts and the comms to
अभी
take
थोड़ी
that
पैसे
Lotus
मिलेंगे
win as we closed out?
अभी तो सिर्फ चालू हुआ है बे स्टेज
바인드에서 좀 답답한 순간들이 꽤
또.
있으셨을 것 같아요. 근데
왜?
어떤 이야기를 해가면서 로터스를 이렇게 승리로 마무리하실 수 있어요?
बारिश हो रही है
사실
ये नहीं
바인드
खोलना
같은 경우는
कैमरा
제가
में
어제
नहीं
준비해서
दिखता गंदा
한
दिखता
거라서
है
뭐 저도
बंद
괜찮다
करो
약간
बंद करो
이런 생각을
बंद
했었지만
करो
뭔가 좀 아쉬운 부분은 되게 많았던 것 같고 세 번째 맵은 이제 저희가 열심히 연습 많이 했던 맵들이어가지고 뭐 그냥 하던 대로 해가지고 잘한 것 같습니다.
Well, Brian, we started prepping it on yesterday, so we were pretty okay with the fact that we might be able to let that one go. And as for our Lotus, we have practiced a lot and we were confident, so I think we just did what we had to do, and that is how we closed out today's win. And we noticed that today on the coach cam, instead of Coach Glow, there was Coach Argency next to Coach Termi. We were wondering, what is the coaching staff arrangement like? Is there a specific map order that you guys play it by?
ऐसा भी होता है मैच के अकॉर्डिंग
오늘 코치캠에서 항상 뵙던 터미 감독님이랑 글로우
I don't
코치님이
think
아니라
ऐसा
오늘은
होता
아진씨 코치님이
मतलब हो भी
함께
सकता है
해주셨어요. 좀그
Yes, पाजी कर दो
기준이 있나요?
저도 잘 모르겠어요.
T1 vs
그냥
BME
하는 것 같은데요.
오늘은 그냥 오늘은 아진씨 코치님이 함께 해주셨군요. 네, 알겠습니다. Marco doesn't know, and it just kind of happened, and I guess it's the coaching staff that works it out with the musical chair as well. All right, congratulations, Marco. 감사합니다. 네, 저희는 여기서 인사드리겠습니다.
Nongshim fought tooth and nail to try to bring this over the line, but DRX proves how much their experience is going to carry them forward. Now, how are you guys feeling about this Lotus to end this first series of today?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Nongshim definitely a winnable game of Lotus for them. Could have caused the upset in the series overall. I think they played a fantastic game. Definitely exposing that DRX's bind is looking a little bit shaky. They've got a couple of gaps in their map pool right now, and Nongshim definitely benefiting, like a lot of other teams, from being able to prepare for this stage of Pacific, specifically while the other teams have been a little bit more busy.
Watchparty
DRX,
630
honestly, they got the win today, but there was definitely some mistakes and some shaky
Watchparty
moments. not sure it was in the
Oh
fashion
no,
that I would have wanted
Evira.
for me to be confident about their prospects going forward in Pacific this stage.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. If I'm Nongshim, you gotta kick yourself here. You know every win is so important in this group stage, and they had the chances this map 3 to manage to close it out. So it really does have to sting, knowing just how close you were to beating an absolute titan here in Pacific. That is DRX, but you know, close but no cigar. I think you have to say.
Next
They
match
really
तक
had the
क्या किया जाए
opportunities,
बताओ.
just not managing to get it across
Context
the line.
Yeah, I do like their bind, of course.
अरे मैं चुप थी इसीलिए कम नहीं की थी कपिल. मैंने शोर हो रहा था इधर. बस 5 मिनट और होगा फिर नहीं होगा यार. आज एक तो हाथ दर्द. क्या 4:15 हो गए ना. हाँ
Those last 2 rounds, DRX were up a man.
एक सेकंड.
Was asleep but just died to Danby for free. Like there was so many very wonky rounds in this game where I'm looking at 2 Korean teams playing each other. Usually all the ducks are in a row. Everything's very well organized. It's a clean game. This is a game that got very messy.
Yeah, honestly, that, like I said,
बताओ guys. Sleep.
is the big one where Danby pops the ult and
मेरे को ये दो ही क्यों आते हैं दिमाग में और कुछ आता क्यों नहीं है. इससे ही शुरू करती हूँ.
1% cleaner, I
Cloud.
think they take the win today. So honestly, it stings to be a Nongshim.
Bottle of water.
Right now, stings to predicted for them.
Bottle of water.
There's a lot to take away for them. Like they should, you know, take confidence from this game in a way, moving forward.
Nee.
But yeah, you just gotta get past a little bit.
Cool.
Overall, this is a much more promising performance than we saw from them just a few
Summer.
Actually, from DRX.
Oh.
To be honest, but especially from Nongshim. I know that while we did predict Nongshim, a lot of people were a lot more confident in DRX coming into this. So they really pushed it really well. And our MVP, did you guys pick Hyunmin? I know we had a... Okay.
Yeah, pick
Wait.
Hyunmin. I mean, he just had a great day today. He's actually been, you know, I would say a little underwhelming. He hasn't been terrible or anything like that. But Hyunmin, you think back to
नहीं.
you think about, you know, some of his rookie debuts here in Pacific. He has been phenomenal. He's had, even when DRX have had their struggles, Hyunmin has still been carrying. In stage 1, I remember, you know, DRX was looking a little bit
Polar कैसे होगा.
carry level performances. It's been a little bit slower lately.
Clothes.
This match, I think he was back to his
Oh.
standard, and he was a big reason why
Jacket.
they were finally able to scrap their way all the way through a hard-fought series.
Yeah, I mean, he did his job, especially
Short.
getting DRX across the line in such a close game. This is exactly what you need from your star duelist. So, in my mind, he is the well-deserved MVP of this match. And yeah, full credit. It's really nice to see him looking a little bit stronger, a little bit back and forth.
I think Bind as well was a good performance on the Waylay, actually. Even though they lost, he was kind of the shining light there. So I think that's a big boon for DRX if Waylay is now...
ने शर्ट आए सबसे.
I think that if he's comfortable playing Waylay, that's going to give a little bit more
Bro doesn't know hoodie. हाँ Genji नहीं है game.
This is very promising.
Sweatshirt.
Further into Group 2
Dress.
phases for DRX.
Dress. Coat.
Feeling about your build diff now.
Coat.
Map it out. Did you happen to do it?
Dress.
any of that. I think I'm feeling okay. I think it really comes down to DOS9 now. The boom pick for a lot of us. You've got Shiro. I know that. I think Mika got Berserk.
Shoes तो नहीं है. ने.
as well. Yeah,
Dress. Coat.
because Buzz, we've all got Buzz.
और क्या हो सकता है.
This game go the way that it's gone. So I'm really watching Boom next series individually, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, that will be the next series of today. It will be Boom versus T1, and I think we're going to have a lot to break down when we come back.
Waiter.
Short break. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go too far away because we got one more match for you.
और क्या बोलते हैं. What do you call a बदतमीज hoodie? बेहुडी. बेहुदी. स्वेटर. पे और क्या होता है. कार्डिगन. ये तो मैं भूल ही गई थी. ये हो सकता है आंसर. मुझे फीलिंग आ रही है ये आंसर. 4th पे है ये. मफलर. अबे कार्डिगन 4th है. और क्या बोलते हैं उनको. लेगिंग. ओह अच्छा मुझे लगा ऊपर का ही है. नेवर माइंड. नहीं लेगिंग कार्डिगन स्वेटर स्वेट पैंट्स नहीं बे तो क्या है फिर पैंट अबे फिर क्या और क्या होता है मेरे को तो इतना ही आ रहा है सब तो लिख दिया गाइस हमने थर्ड तक कर लिया है हिंट से सेकंड देख लेते हैं कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है हॉट पैंट्स तो ये एक वर्ड थोड़ी हुआ एग्जैक्टली हिंट लेती हूँ मैं ब्लाउज तो बचा क्या बचा क्या ये तो बहुत दूर है यूनिक हाय राम ट्यूनिक मेरे दिमाग से ये सब वर्ड चले गए थे कि ट्यूनिक भी होता है कार्डिगन भी होता है हाय हाय जी है बे इतना डेप्थ में तो सोचा ही नहीं मैंने कपड़ों के बारे में गाइस ट्यूनिक भी तो ऊपर का ही होता है मेरे को भी इतना नहीं पता ब्रो सॉरी मैं तो कपड़े बोलती हूँ भाई मैं पहनती हूँ सिर्फ टी शर्ट्स ओवर साइज परिचय टुनक टुनक सेम मेथड ट्राई करूँ क्या और क्या करते हैं हम ब्लॉक नहीं ब्लॉक नहीं करते गाइस हम अच्छी बात नहीं होती है आई थिंक ऐसे या सॉलिड ओ नो falling in love now losing control now फॉसिल में तो डबल एस होता है लूजर कैसे आई है आई थिंक लो मेरे को लग रहा है एस लास्ट में है इट्स LO-IS नाम भी होता है क्या इसमें नहीं ये क्या होता है लास्ट चांस है ओ सही है ये क्या होता है लॉरिस Lotus is a small nocturnal primate found in South and Southeast Asia. Known for its large eyes, slow movements and toxic venom. अबे ये देखा हुआ है पर मुझे नहीं पता था इसको लॉरिस बोलते हैं लुक्स वेरी स्केरी ओ माय गॉड
Yeah, and we know this Boom team have so much potential. You know, if you look back to that group stage of stage 1,
तुम लोग को दिख नहीं रहे, रुको.
big upsets here in Pacific, but as you say, Vic, not quite look the same since coming back, especially in that opening match, looking to turn things around, get that ship back on.
बंसवाई जैसा है, what the fuck? बंसवाई?
Potentially why that is happening, but they are facing against T1 today, and you know, obviously these guys won the very first trophy of the year over in Masters Bangkok, but they've been looking a lot shakier ever since. Is it the Masters Trophy curse?
It might be for T1. Honestly, I think that was it was a miracle run. Let's be honest. It was very entertaining to watch.
वर्टिकल स्क्रीन में स्ट्रीम क्या करो? पहला इंसान है जो बोल रहा है कि उसमें करो, सब आके मना करते हैं. खैर मैं करती भी नहीं, वो अलग बात है, बट स्टिल. बे यार मैंने ध्यान नहीं दिया और हाथ ऐसे, इसलिए मैं पिलो लेके बैठती थी, पता है. मिनी क्रॉस ये खेलते हैं. रेमीज ब्रदर इन रैटेटोल मैंने ये नहीं देखी है. एप्रोप्रिएट वर्ड दैट कैन प्रोसीड 7-8 अक्रॉस एंड 3-10 डाउन. प्रोसीड तो मतलब उस वर्ड से पहले आ सकता है. 7-8 मिसूरीज पोस्टल एब्रिविएशन, ये मुझे कैसे पता होगा. लाइट स्विच पोजीशन, prefix that means one across. अबे ये ऐसे इधर उधर के क्यों देते हैं. Remy's brother is Emil. 5th. Dated feminine suffix. ये क्या होता है? Feminine suffix. Iron on the periodic table. अबे ये मुझे पता था. Pour down yeast. Baker's powder. No, it's not yeast. अगर एमिल सही है तो या कुछ और है. Richard of Pretty Woman. Done for laughs. Fe 10 down. Fe. Super Bowl have featured a 28-3 comeback win by the Patriots. मुझे कैसे पता होगा, मैं तो सिर्फ परफॉर्मेंस देखती हूँ. ओ हाँ फ्लावर होगा, राइट. बेकर्स पाउडर. In the midst of स्टार्ट हो रहा है क्या? नहीं. 8 ऑन है. लाइट स्विच पोजीशन. वाओ, ये कुछ भी डालते हैं भाई ये लोग. डेटेड फेमिनिन सफिक्स मुझे लगा ही था. एन. रिचर्ड ऑफ प्रिटी वुमन. रिचर्ड ऑफ प्रिटी वुमन. डन फॉर. हाँ मेरे पास सो दिया, मम्मी के पास थी. मम्मी या निशा को बताओ. 2 down among. In the midst. Oh, nice one. That was nice. Done for laughs. In fun. Yes. 7 क्या है? मिसूरीज पोस्टल एब्रिविएशन तो MO ही होगा. Appropriate word that can precede 7-8 across and 3-10. मतलब MO या फिर 7-8. MO या फिर ऑन को. प्रिसीड कर सकता है होम या फिर 310 डाउन को फीन 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 एमओ को क्या मतलब प्रिसीड कर सकता है यार होमो के अलावा क्या होता है वो 8th में क्या है 8th अक्रॉस में ऑन है मून मोमो मून मोमो और कुछ नहीं आ रहा मेरे दिमाग में हेमी ए और एफ तो है वाओ खुदाल लेकिन वर्ड ही नहीं बन रहा कुछ एक सेकेंड एक ही है प्रीफिक्स that means 1 across oh half half था बे बट कैसे I don't get it but छोड़ो अब तो स्टार्ट हो ही रहा होगा ना मेरे को भी नहीं समझा क्या था वो अच्छा 1 मिनट है अभी ग्लोबल खेल सकते हैं कनेक्शन तो जरा सा भी मन नहीं है आज किधर और से शुरू करेंगे जापान
on Ascent and changed up their comp. They've already started out on defense, so hopefully a little bit better than their attack.
Yeah, I hope that they're doing something more fun, more interesting. I don't want to see this default boring Ascent comp, to be honest.
Okay.
Of course I've gone for Boom. I'm not gonna.
Do you remember there was a time when you guys used to scream Boom together?
I remember.
Do you still feel that?
I'll give you 5 big booms.
800 इधर से
That first game against Talon from Boom was an outlier.
नहीं मैं इधर ही है
The rest of this stage, I think they just
सबसे क्लोज ये है ना
against a sharp-looking Talon. I think
क्या हो सकता है
now they're recovering.
Are we both T1ers?
We're both T1ers. I'm feeling good for T1 today.
मून एंड लाइफ वैसा मेरे को नहीं समझा फिर भी इटली की क्या मैंने हमें सीक्रेट कंट्री फाइंड आउट करनी है इसमें बाकी कंट्रीज के क्लोज फ्रांस से देखो क्लोजेस्ट है 400 किलोमीटर्स इधर भी हो सकता है अरे स्कॉटलैंड लग रहा है मेरे को अबे आयरलैंड था मतलब उधर का ही कुछ लगा था मुझे मैंने बिना हेल्प किया आई एम प्राउड ऑफ माई सेल्फ क्या तो लाइट्स की वजह से लेट्स गो पाजी कभी पोल नहीं डालते
Two teams, our best performers at the start of
Let's
2025 started stage 2 with a total of 0 map wins each. Can Boom redeem themselves? Can T1 redeem themselves today?
I mean, I really hope so. I'm expecting a good game from both of these teams. Boom, you know, we saw them in that stage 1, so dominant in the group stage. They got so many fans, won so many hearts, but since then have struggled, and they're looking for that grand return because much like Nongshim that we just saw, they need to get through this group stage. It's so crucial.
Now, Pilsky, we both ended up predicting for T1 today, despite their performance the other day against Paper Rex. Tell me how you feel about T1 and why they're going to be winning today.
I mean, they pushed Paper
Rex
right to the brink all the way in the OTs. I know that Paper Rex has been fresh off the international stage, but you've got some proven winners. You've got big name brand behind this team. And honestly, there's a lot of opinions floating around, but I honestly feel like they're a little bit underrated at the moment. I really think T1 can do some damage in stage 2 Pacific here, but they need to prove
मेरे को समझ आया जब मैंने स्टैट्स के साथ देखा कि स्टैट्स तो मुझे पता है छोटू है.
I remember in kickoff when you said they were
बस भी
overrated.
छोटू
You said
निकला
this is
बे.
no super
Now they're
team.
underrated.
Wow.
We've got full circle. You're still predicting for Boom though. You're nothing if not consistent.
Hey, I love Boom. I love the guys on Boom. I think they've
Silva
got it in
not
them,
in
you
the
know. I
team,
think
no,
this
bro.
team is still overrated, I have to say. I mean, I think the names are good, but I don't think that they
तो
really
बच्चे हैं तो
have
बच्चे हैं
what
तो
it takes to upset the Goliath
ईजू
of
ही
Dosman.
कितना शायद 19 साल का कुछ है.
T1 did make a little bit of a change. We touched upon DH earlier.
करोड़
and I
ब्रो
think he
हमेशा
had a
जो
great performance on the Omen
हमेशा
the other
ओपी
day.
टीम
Just
करोड़
another
पिक
Korean
करती
team
है
that's bringing up a
हमेशा.
player from academy and doing damage. You've had
अच्छी बात है कि
Ash,
डिसाइडर भी
Wickle
नहीं है
with a little bit
सेकंड
of
मैप पे मतलब
international
देखने
debut for a
मिलेगा ही.
second there, did
तो
pretty
वो
well
भी
for
हो तो
himself on
भी.
a couple of those maps. Now you got DH coming up on through and
तीनों
held his
अच्छे
own
maps है
against
आज.
Paper Rex. He definitely showed that he could handle it here on the Pacific stage. So this is where you want to see him deliver even maybe a little bit more against a team like Boom. And Ascent will be a map where once again he can just keep playing the Omen, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm very excited to see Crowd again. It's still our brand new map.
Finally,
the third
no
time we're
Lotus, I
seeing
know,
it here
right?
in Pacific.
पक
But
गया
of course, we're
Lotus
starting
देख
with
देख
the
के.
old classic of Ascent. The question is, are they going to change up the meta? You know that Big Time likes anti-meta stuff.
I think both these teams will have modernized. They've had enough time. I'm going to be shocked if I
क्योंकि
see
G भी
Silver
OP है
KO
ना.
on either side here because, you know, what Euro Ian, people don't do that these days. Ascent is a
Yeah.
fun map now. Everybody knows that.
That's
So
right.
You can get excited, viewers at home. You don't have to turn off Ascent.
You don't have to. You never had to turn off Ascent. I love Ascent. I think it is very interesting nowadays. Do agree there's a lot of different approaches that kind of mix some older styles with some modernization in terms of the ancient pool and the choices. And we'll see what these two teams will be bringing. I mean, Boom used to see a little bit of the Phoenix mixed in, but T1 though, I said they just did a European boot camp, guys. This looks like a BBL Fnatic comp if I've ever seen one.
Oh, yeah.
Buzz on the chamber. Izu's going to be on the solo duelist of the
कोई
Euro,
नहीं
and then you're rocking the
सार्थक.
Vice there.
Chill
I think that this could
करो.
be a very interesting comp for T1 here.
I like it.
I have to say, though,
Bro,
they
they are
did boot
playing
camp in
chamber.
EMEA, and we know that is not the
Double
best. right
sentinel.
now.
Okay.
So, what do you guys think?
Actually, it's double
Who's playing
duelist.
the NA comp though, so
Yeah.
who won this
Yeah.
game? I don't know.
Cypher Deadlock on the side of Boom. Honestly, I really like this composition on Ascent. Expect them to dominate the main
दोनों
zone.
में double sentinel है पर
those main chokes.
on
Well,
paper
this is gonna be very
BME का
exciting.
comp
Both these
अच्छा
teams are
है.
desperately looking to redeem their names, to make us believe in them once more. They started so well at the beginning of this year. We were screaming boom. We were doing wolf howls in the stadium. And T1 winning another trophy for Pacific. We want to see a better performance by both of these teams. But I think you're both right. You're onto something here, that maybe what had happened the other day for both of these teams aren't completely reflective of the potential that they have right now.
Oh, definitely not for Boom. I mean, they've seen better days in the groups before, but we'll see if they can step up today.
Yep, that is the question. And to take us through this series is going to be Quack and Komodo.
A lot of potential, but ultimately we want to be entertained. But at the same time, I always have to remind everyone about this Ascension, the whole thing, you know, Boom's opponents, this pressure cooker is cooking.
I mean, I think about this as the Masters winners of Bangkok looking to send Boom back to Bangkok. But it's a stepping stone, right? Because they got to get the win to at least get there first. Because Boom, yeah, need the wins to even consider getting back to there. Because it's playoffs first that they have to find. If they don't get there, then they don't even go to Bangkok, Quack. They just go home.
Feels bad, feels bad. I don't know if their home is in Bangkok, but yeah, somewhere in Southeast Asia, Indonesia. But at the same time, yeah, just so many obstacles. T1 is one of them. Let's see if we can do some damage at the same time. T1, yeah, you have to admit, that was pretty decent form against Paper Rex.
Let's go map 1 भाई. Shiro भाई same agent.
That is,
Goa में. Shiro bhai,
was sleepy.
Sova main.
But put it another way, it is what it is. But yes, looking at these comps on towards Ascent, it's not the stable meta that we have known and come to hate. I didn't really like the 7-5, but you know, it's fun. Yeah, T1, see what they got on the attacking side here. It's Boom opting to start on the defenses, and already Shiro.
Whoa, Shiro bhai.
Trades. Stacks actually.
दोनों Sova नहीं मारा भाई, दोनों Sova crazy.
Already 3-on-3. A lot of open ground now with those two defensive players down in the ground.
Well, it's not the Phoenix comp that Boom ran.
No, sir.
But it is a lot of
Bhai,
fights that they're still looking to contain
cam se tag
and win.
hoke bhi.
Berserk's is low.
Bro is not scared.
Yeah, because T1 is currently contacting every single little spot now through market, possibly through, I was going to say stairs.
क्या हमारा
Back to
झूठी
stairs,
round
but
निकालेंगे
close
clutch
door
करके.
first. DH doing his due
मतलब
diligence.
मुश्किल है वैसे.
Yeah, it's one of Big Time's favourite players in
मुश्किल है.
DOS9. Boss9 going up against the newbie on T1 for
Close से
DH.
गद्दारी
Civ
करो.
stat line in there in his first series in T1.
और good
Flash
flash.
out as well. Ooh, gets a good shot, wall banged. But needs the
Nahi.
one headshot against DOS9, who closes in the
Arre.
distance. Out from the back, it's a right click. It's
Nice
Boom
try.
with the pistol.
Yeah, unfortunately just reading that one wrong at the end there. As soon as DOS9 hears that reload going for the charge, you understand that. Now, we got into this one pretty rapid snap. Something I want to kind of little highlight going into this anti-eco round right now is the Boom versus Talon game, right? We think about that one, we think about Boom really kind of underperforming in that one. Berserks and NC Slasher having a bit of shockers, but I look towards this series, Bind and Icebox were the two maps that were played there. Both of these have been banned initially in this series. So I start to get my head around things and I start to wonder, alright Boom, well, Bind has been a map that you've generally liked to play. What do you actually feel confident on these days, right? Coming on the back of that great stage 1 playoffs shambles,
right?
So they take it to Corrode. That's going to be really interesting for this one. And for T1 going to Ascent, I think it's fair, but I also think it's flaky. So for them dropping the pistol here, not off to the greatest start, but I mean, it is too early to tell really what T1 are going to look like with this Fnatic style comp.
Yeah, it's only the second match that these two teams are playing right here in stage 2 for now. But at least currently, Boom happy to take contact. Famous
nice shot.
For Marshall, he's happy to click away on this weapon. Close range, looking for the musket shot straight onto Izu, where there is now then a judge lying in wait in the hands of NC Slasher.
NT.
Just no entry at all for T1.
Flawless round to come through from Boom. Wondering where is Famous? Is he going to be here today? Well, it's not name and lights, but he started to walk the path. That is for sure.
कोई नहीं guys, chill next time.
For Boom
ऐसे
Esports,
होता है
now we
जब
start to
कम
see what
slots
things will look
होते
like
हैं.
for T1.
Unlucky.
And it's not like they're
अभी
playing
मस्त
this
match देख के
new
chill करो.
composition of theirs and no one's playing in sort of comfort roles, or we've got one player or two players off role or anything like that. I look to them being very comfortable in a lot of these agents right now, trying to just put all the pieces to the puzzle together. So I see great value in what T1 can come to the party with here on Ascent. Map that's been around for the pretty much inception of Valorant, right? So want to see what chopping and changing they're going to be able to do to bait out Boom, who meanwhile in this fresh round are taking the space in towards B main. Having the sheer wall here is very common when Vice is played on this map. You can sometimes see it a little bit deeper in towards main as well if they want to go for a little bit more forward play. Good start though as Izu finds NC Slasher.
Yeah, forward play already a little bit asterisk on that, eliminated because NC Slasher was noted from the previous round. But here we go into the angles. This is an opening then for T1. Note at the Guardian now as well, so you can only assume that they would be rotated over onto Generator. Shotgun spams in Buzz and DH, pretty good. Famous though, getting a sneaky shot at DH in that little fight.
Yeah, the Cypher Lock utility
Almost लगा था कि bonus भी निकाल लिया.
Boom in this deficit retake.
Yeah, but at least now with the spike down, they will be able to hold the angles. Noted that it was a clone as well, so still, for now, twiddling our thumbs, waiting for Famous and Shiro to descent from heaven. Still looking for the angles, though, depending on whether or not Meteor makes a slight mistake, but ultimately playing it safe No kills found for Boom in this
Zyada
end of the
damage
round.
हुआ,
Buzz with a triple to pick
ठीक
things
है,
up.
not bad.
Yeah, T1 on the board,
I
nice,
see no-
and early as well, the way a bonus round should go. It's not flawless for sure, but it is retaining what you need in towards the next round. Bit ambitious, I'll say, on the line for NC Slash at a peak, but you got to give credit where credit is due. It's a very sharp shot immediately to come on out for T1 as well. So if they are already just making sure that the crosshair placement is good in this map, they're potentially, you know, not going to see themselves.
मेरे को लग रहा था वैसे T1 one-sided निकालेगी.
And have to really come through
हो
with a
सकता
comeback.
है. अभी भी वैसे.
Certainly shouldn't be,
ये
but
मैं
now we
सही
have an
सोच
op
रही
in the
हूँ.
hands of Famous, his
Let's
signature.
see.
Yep, signature gun from stage 1. You know how impactful it was, but I
अबे
just feel
किधर
like
से
it went
किधर मारा है.
haywire
Against the Talon.
against Talon, just absolutely not allowed to sink. So I'll see if T1 are going to look to just off-put that when you consider Buzz on Chamber. He should know how these operators get played.
Buzz and Famous is a very strong parallel to draw upon for this map, but still, for now,
Yeah,
quite safe. T1.
predominantly all this deadlock utility over towards the A site. There is that deeper ice wall that I was talking about just before. Gives you a heads-up play if they are going any further for orb control, or if you need to also just be there a little bit more
पहले
wisely.
सोवा प्ले दिखा दो शिरो भाई. Of
They play
course,
at the
man.
moment, drawing out what they can over at B. Meanwhile, the pivot towards the A site, if they want to continue with this one at the moment, could go in towards the deadlock utility, but NC Slash are going to be the first point of contact.
Yeah, noted the clone as well, falling back into, I guess, common position, but we'll see if Famous's op will ring out. No, Buzz! What an entry! Anticipated the first one on the
खैर
generator.
उस दिन भी भाई फेमस ऑफ कर रहा था तभी बीटी हो रही थी. ये फेमस को ना ऑफ नहीं करना चाहिए. ये ऑफ करता है ये लोग हारते हैं. उसका ऑफ का कुछ
the time and the affordance in this situation,
impact नहीं निकलता है.
sniffing for it.
Not too much. You know who is going to go sniffing? Buzz.
अरे?
Okay. Now it's really iffy.
क्या ये retake होने
Ball
वाला
all
है?
the way through, shock dart to close, clear close range.
He was
निकल लिया सही टाइम
five, wasn't
पे.
he there? 5
Yeah.
HP.
At least be hopping into a safer spot, then might be able to still do some
भाई
damage.
वो
Dot
DP
9, though,
देखो
sharp steps into a
उसका.
safer spot, but still the kills going into
भाई
way.
DOS 9 सीधा डब्बे पे गया है.
Holding the angles. It's just DOS 9 now, who doesn't have much
नहीं है
time
अभी
left.
उधर
Trying
नीचे
to get
है.
as many kills as possible. Buzz is low, but the jumping
Lord.
right click gives
Nice.
Buzz the 4K.
Up with the spike, but you'll take the round there for T1.
ये लोग तो बाय है
Sharp
क्या?
shots to come through from
इको है ना?
Buzz,
हाँ,
already
इको आ
being
गया.
online this super
BME का.
early is going to bode well for T1, I reckon. Talked about NC Slasher being the first one to need a dispatch of, removing all that utility, but the fact that Famous just doesn't even look like he reacts with that operator against Buzz there gets a little bit unfortunate. This is a Famous that really needs to step back into form for some
अबे इतना
success on
जल्दी
this
time
Boom
out.
squad.
Wow, what a way to put him in the, the hot
बड़ी
seat.
जल्दी टाइम आउट लिया
The
भाई.
thing is, though, Boom
सही
are
है.
in the hot seat right now, right? They are a team that a lot of other teams have put as their most feared team in this group, Omega. And if they're coming away with a loss against Talon, if they come away with a loss against T1 here, we start to question, where has the Boom of Stage 1 gone? Where is their ferociousness?
True dat. They had the first 2 rounds. He did have some good rounds with that Marshall of his, but now onto this op, yeah. Even though it's not, you know, ringing out or shooting, sometimes it's also the positioning that goes through. I mean, T1, a lot of teams have now begun to anticipate how Famous likes to position himself around this op. Granted, Ascent is not a map that they played too often, but still.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of look towards this veto as well, and I do scratch my head a little bit on how this is going to go, right? Maps that Boom were once feeling quite comfortable on, they're looking to not be comfortable on it. You also think that, you know, when you got Split gone and Pearl gone for T1, I start to think as well, well, where are they actually going to look to pivot a veto? Haven, they probably don't want to go towards there either. So the fact that Ascent comes out, you're expecting them to be pracking it, which evidently they should have been coming out with a composition like this.
Composition or not, for now, just trying to do what they can with what they have. DOS9 able to take a shot off the contact that was found in B main. Buzz, though, answering right back with the Outlaw. Scary peeks because Shira snuck up from behind. The shot's not connecting. It's easy with the spray. It's Buzz with the Outlaw kill, and T1 with 3.
Has his choice of target, but he makes a meal of it. That is unfortunate there for Shiro. Just the eco round to come through for Boom, however, though. Full rifles across the board, and now we start to see the ultimates be gained up, right? I feel like they're going to have to just not rest in this map, not rest in these rounds. They're going to have to try and find some info nice and early on and just figure out the game plan of T1, because if you're going to allow T1 to command some space in mid specifically, that's where they're going to really get the better of you with their splits to A that they're always so confident in. Here the operator out for Buzz, tour de force in play.
Not quite the duel. Still with a shot rung out. It's DOS9 who unfortunately suffers defeat.
Yeah, DH getting the Sharpie trade out. I say trade of a missed shot from Buzz. Meanwhile, I talk about the mid pressure that Boom need to start to explore. Well, they're here, but T1 are aware of it. Stacks, you cannot beat him in the mind game, and Famous is down.
Even though Stacks is low HP, yes, that is quite big damage felt on the side of Boom. At the same time, right, it's a 5-on-2 now. You're thinking to save. You're backing towards B. At least you've eliminated Meteor.
But what do you look to do now? T1 have scoped out the whole situation. They got a dimensional drift on Izu. If they need to pop this one to refigure out some extra information. Now, apart from that, Stacks, you can just fall away if you want as well and play with the Hunter's Fury. If they don't play any of these Quack in this sort of round, that can be an absolutely devastating round to come soon. And just by given the situation here, Boom have to save. Huge ultimate rounds to come forward next, you'd assume. Boom are going to have to try and find that next one.
It's precisely that. Both teams very aware of what they do have, hence T1 marking towards the back as well, while Boom looks for exits. That will be that for this round. T1 with a happy 4-2. But what we think of the next one upcoming, Boom has their work cut out for them. Okay, decent exits. Buzz getting taken off.
Shiro one away from the Hunter's Fury, if you can get that online, but finding Stacks here, that would actually be even better for Boom in the next round, but dropping the gun. So they get both of them.
Wow.
That actually turns a round next that was coupled with a promise of 2 guns and some extra utility to dimensional drift.
I'm back, ज़्यादा miss मत
some
करो.
blind plays and some trap plays with a Hunter's Fury as well on a Cypher Lock composition that can do these sort of trap plays on defense, to now having to actually eco that. That's for Boom.
Yes, Komodo.
If you're saving, save.
No. They got robbed. Ay. Well, T1 happy with that result. They've got their guns. They've got the Outlaw back in Buzz's hands because they want to play like slight anti-eco. DOS9 though, what is this?
Oh.
There's no recon on the back of it.
इतना aggressive. वापस भी चला गया.
Striker-esque plays coming through from a split of mid and a crunch in towards B.
Well, yeah.
Can't believe DOS9 has just done that by himself.
Very aggressive.
And I think I'm more gobsmacked by the fact that he's managed to get out scot-free.
And that's one of the things
अबे मैं गई तो T1 जीत रही थी. अभी देख तो क्या होता है.
Between DOS9 and DH. DH slots in the team very nicely, but plays rather conventional. DOS9 on the other hand, you know, that's his whole thing.
DH is put into a role and a position in a team where he knows his role, right? He knows what the expectations are coming in towards this team, where DOS9 feel like you've got a lot more to do, right? When you look at the names, when you look at the play styles of these two teams, I definitely think that the controller of T1 doesn't need to do as much heavy lifting as DOS9 does on Boom.
Hell yeah. We love those plays from DOS9 for sure, but now we'll see if his hero Phantom will be able to do that much. He's getting marked by Izu. The Hunter's Fury forcing him to dance. The footwork is good. Shiro does get one as well. Izu now coming in, takes out DOS9 and Famous. Now,
Izu
the
is
rest
crazy.
of them just streaming
Izu
into
is
side
crazy.
Shiro as well as Berserks. Just one of them
कोई
close
नहीं
by.
बोलेगा इको था.
Stacks is just happy enough that the rest of his team was able to find the frags. It doesn't
देखा
really
भाई
matter that he
बेचारे
lost his
शीरो ने
life
अच्छा
towards
पिक
the
निकाला है. लोग ने
Shiro
कुछ नहीं
on
किया.
that Hunter's
ऐसे ही
Fury.
है भाई.
'Cause
ऐसे ही
Izu
खेलती है
got
मेरी
in,
टीम.
right? You allowed him to get in on that dimensional drift. You supported his play.
Perfect combo. Perfect set. Meanwhile, for Boom, still, again, kind of catching up. Granted, this was a slight half-ish buy, a thrifty round, if you will, but they're not finding too much off of it. Berserk's just trying to get as many picks as possible. Has picked up the, well, more kills, couple more kills, until Meteor sneaks up from right underneath. 5-2.
Oh, T1 generally
Nice
macro
little
team.
tank.
When it came to the Paper X game,
BME have more
it leads
ults
up
than
to being
teammates
a little bit
alive.
more question, and you need a little bit more individual micro play to contend with just the chaos that Paper X throws at you.
एक शीरो 4 वे भी ऐसी टीम है कोई नहीं सुनता.
Too much since that
जी
game
भाई
here,
फिर
because
तो
the ideas that they're coming out with on this attacking
कुछ नहीं हो
side
सकता.
is looking pretty good. You remove the pistol round and the secondary one as well. things have looked just, I would say, normal for T1, right? With what we're kind of expecting from them. A situation, though, for Boom. Pendulum swinging back in their favor, hopefully here with the operator back out for Famous.
Timing.
Kind of narrowly missing.
Who is the better opper, bro? Who is the better opper? We will see now.
Quite paramount, but T1 sneaking past it.
ले भाई तो इधर आ गया. मुझे लगा ऑप का 1v1 होगा. अरे
removed, and so is Shiro. Meteor.
ये लो भाई सेंटिनल एंट्री एकदम मेरे
coming on through from the shadows from DH as well.
लो भाई ऑपर मर गया.
Lost his life. This just goes.
मैं बोला ना गाइस फेमस को ऑप नहीं करनी चाहिए. ये ऑप करते हैं तभी ये लोग हारते हैं.
Now 2 guns left.
ये भी गया ही था वैसे. इस पे टीपी था तो बच गया.
Need another timeout, I feel like, for Boom.
वो लोग को तो सेव करने के लिए ऑप भी नहीं मिलेगी. क्या सेव कर रहे हैं? स्टिंगर सेव कर रहे हैं.
In the first half as well.
Bro is saving Stinger.
It feels horrible, doesn't it? But then you do have to remember that's what DRX were pushed to do in our last series on Bind. Didn't work out for them. Nongshim still take the map, but at least they came out with some good discussions to start to figure out things immediately. These situations.
Same com, same strat. Copy करके आए तुषार. ये लोग cheating कर रहे हैं.
Famous has not done anything with that operator yet.
बताओ.
And your B play.
दूसरे स्कूल के बच्चों से कॉपी कर रहे हैं भाई.
Cleanly removed by Meteor.
I hear what you're saying. Harsh but true. Harsh but true. NC Slasher, consolation prize. DOS9 maybe also with a stinger at close range, but nonetheless.
उसके लिए लेकिन DH को बॉटम भी करना पड़ेगा ना. ओवन पे वरना नहीं वर्क करेगा. नहीं बॉटम नहीं कर रहे हैं वो. हार सकती है टीम.
Those lurk kills again. Boom on the other hand needing to step up so much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this sort of situation, and you're not really even needing to see
Meteor. वैसे Meteor ने अच्छा मारा. वो ड्रोन तोड़ने में ही मर गया.
Doing the job. Everyone's hitting the shots on T1 at the moment. Got to see a switch up come through from Boom, or maybe, and this is very unlikely, see a huge mistake from T1. Good grab net.
ले भाई, good for one.
Is right behind him.
Yeah, a bit of overzealousness from DH there, but it'll be some growing pains with this one. They still get the trade in the end.
Which ultimately does favor T1, given the fact that Boom will have to reposition off the death.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Shiro and NC Slasher. You've been given the responsibility
of
these
don't look at me, bro. I'm shy.
Holding on to them. You have to see them come away with the goods. NC Slasher, of course, holding on to that annihilation. Berserks is not going to be able to use the hat to get the reveal over on the other side of the map, because you need to see some information gathered by Boom soon. Everyone is just being very stale in their positions currently.
Yeah, given the guns they have, so conservative makes sense, even though it might not be the best option. But meanwhile, for T1,
Shiro.
The A split once again. Boom, they have stacked up the
guys,
right spots, but the spike.
T1 have just closed so many spots of play, and Shiro's just caught blinking.
30 seconds left.
Quick on the pre-fire check. NC Slasher though, trying to pull himself out of his
Shiro का पीछे lag हो रहा है.
Annihilation goes with a wide swing. Buzz TP. What the heck?
What? TP करके उसने headhunter मार दिया
उसको. Was not able to come online, but still NC Slasher firing off quads onto another one. Buzz
भाई.
Tries to get the snap, but
भाई
NC
Slasher ने क्या round
bail his
निकाला
team
है.
out with a thrifty win.
Shiro का पीछे lag हो रहा है. अभी देखना tech pause आएगा.
Make a big mistake. And there's a couple of mistakes in that round.
अच्छा उन्होंने मना कर दिया. बोलते कि इधर बाहर नहीं चलते.
They use a lot of it to clear a lot of the corners, which you do understand. In the 4 versus 4 situation, it looks like they're going to get a bit of a good hold back on towards this A site, right? But it's NC Slasher with the ultimate, the annihilation that I highlight there. Used to great success. And if he
crazy round from
NC Slasher. I mean, is that situation redeemable for Buzz in the 1 versus 1 from Berserks? I mean, maybe, but it doesn't happen there. A lifeline.
अरे भाई इसको बोलो मत करो.
As they look to try and
एक राउंड इसने ऑप से कुछ नहीं किया है. हमेशा मर जाता है. बोला ना. Famous भाई.
See that disappointment on your face, Komodo.
It's just Famous again with the operator. He is being dealt with.
इसके लिए वर्क ही नहीं करती है. But इसको सुनना ही नहीं है. भाई ये वैबी है क्या guys? वैबी real ID से आओ.
Meteor has access to the Steel Garden as well. If you want to go for a play with that, you Absolutely can. You hear the drone, though, starting to go over towards B, so you know that Shiro is there. Berserk's usual utility is towards Bravo as well, but it's the alpha play to come through from T1.
Haviz bhai, haan be bhul gayi thi main.
Shiro starts things off beautifully.
हाँ मुझे याद है तुषार स्टेज 1 में इसके ओपिंग के फैन हो गए थे हम लोग.
Oh, but numbers, Buzz, all of a sudden still hangs around a little
शिवरांशु
longer
एक
than he
गेम
wants.
प्ले ऑलरेडी
And
काफी
Shiro got off the
अमेजिंग
board.
है. अगर देखा होगा तो पता होगा. So बिना देखे बात करोगे तो कुछ कर नहीं
Obfuscate the vision
सकते.
with the dark cover, but still, what can you look to do? DOS9 with a paranoia, NC slasher, Gravnet.
Best in my org,
Catch a
bro.
couple
Best
on
in
the
my org.
side, get a good flash
So
and
yeah.
swing off of it.
Ah, but they're not swinging off of it. That's the problem.
Cryo with
Just
Raze
avoid
ult.
paranoia,
अरे
and that's
रे.
it.
नहीं
Just
famous
hold on
actually
to
stage
the
1 में
other
बहुत
side, but
crazy
not really
op
fighting
करता
too
था.
much. Buzz, meanwhile, just waiting for the right time to click. Not finding it. Sax, though, happy to hold down onto lane. DOS9 feels the pressure, goes up against Stacks. But at this point, the round is done. 2 kills to his name, and that will be it.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the dark cover to come back online for DOS9, which is why the paranoia goes a little bit too early, you know. A little bit surprised that NC Slasher didn't try to throw that Gravnet out early and they paranoia towards the sites, try and just open up an opportunity for him to start to get in for a retake. If the intention was to have a timeout in the round after, maybe best option would have just been to save. You know, as heartbreaking as it is, you would have had a couple extra guns coming in towards this next round. You still got the ultimates building for the ones that have used it. A couple still available. As T1 claims 7, and the remainder of the Boom Boys as well at the tail end of that round. Now that timeout, as I mentioned, comes into play from Boom Esports. And really you start to wonder, 3-9 from T1 on an attacking side of this map. Boom opted to start defense.
Right.
यार अभी facts तो facts है ना guys. Best है तो है. कुछ कर नहीं सकते.
Position that does not feel comfortable for Boom.
Hi Joker, आप किसको support कर रहे हो? T1 bro.
The other thing to think about is just
I mean support क्या bro? T1 is better.
Thinking about their upcoming opponents or even the
BME अच्छा नहीं खेल रही है. Although आज मुझे उस दिन से better लग रही है. उस दिन काफी lost थी. अभी बहुत better खेल रहे हैं लोग. But still. Chamberlain Ascent कैसा comp है? यार अगर Buzz जैसा खेलोगे तो crazy है. But Buzz जैसा हर कोई खेल नहीं सकता ना.
Boom on this map against Gen G
वो तो
was told
perform
to
करने
on.
पे है यार.
Boom didn't get a single attacking round. And that's where they go
Comp
next.
का ये रहता है कि तुम्हारे strats क्या हैं and then how you're gonna play. Mainly तो वैसे इधर तो strats ज़्यादा है. क्योंकि cracked players तो काफी है.
Give themselves as much opportunities as they can on that switch up.
Okay.
T1 का क्या है? T1 का fire power बहुत है. 3 इनमें crazy aimers है.
Drone checks pizza doesn't.
खैर मेरे को तो भाई ये DH का भी अच्छा लग रहा है. DH अच्छा खेल रहा है. सर rookie type तो नहीं लग रहा है. Thank you.
Piecing the puzzle together. Famous though. He's hungry.
It is the pistols though. Berserks and Shiro are the ones with the rifles. They're not at the current point of position where Buzz is
Alpha on chamber, exactly.
Rendezvous at the ready.
Slowly scaling forward. Not much supporting him though, so this could be dicey. The rest of the team up towards B main.
I'd love for them to just leave him here and focus on getting in towards the site, and that's exactly what they're gonna do. Izu goes in, but Buzz, head removed.
Great decision from Berserks. Now the weapon's getting picked up, smoked off as well right at the entrance. Shiro with the triple. Izu then trying to pick up the pieces. Spike retrieved, but that is quite telling as well. Into the site he goes.
8
but
for
so
लग रहा
will
है तो.
Boom. They are chasing, they're hunting, but what is that? Microflicks! DOS9 in the one-on-one after his 2 teammates just died.
Almost, bro. He's 7
HP.
HP.
Dig his team out of that one.
Oh my lord, what
Almost
a
jinx
attempt
हो
to
गया
come
था.
through from Izu there. DOS9 with 7 HP. The patience from Boom. It's like statues waiting for T1 to pop the pin, waiting for T1 to get in towards that B site, and they start to do so, right? Izu on the dimensional drift goes in, starts to scope out just what he can find for the team, and they start to get just peppered down by the spray of bullets coming through. A thrifty from Boom on the back of
मुझे
that
लगा
timeout
फिर से
that they
शॉट्स
come
आएगा
out
0
with.
MS Jinx.
I thought to myself as well, where is the neural theft to come out from Berserks? It's not really needed. The team was shooting, but the 1 versus 3 attempt from Izu,
Why
he's even given
7
the huge
HP?
opportunity at the end there. He knows that that was so winnable. Nevertheless, Boom, they will take
Neural
that
theft
round for the
crazy.
4th on the board now as we move into the last of the half.
Good moment by DOS9. That's right, next round continues forward. Let's see if Boom can actually string another round in together with this. Famous having some ideas towards the middle with that hop of his. Once
0 MS
again,
Jinx
so
क्या
far,
वीडियो आ सकती है?
0 kills.
Got to remember as well these isolation rounds that Boom have been able to find, right? Slow to react to the different styles of play thrown at them. It was a bit of an Achilles heel against Talon. Now it's proven to be the same against T1. 5 to 7 feels like a necessity. 8 to 4.
Famous के पास
maybe
ऑफ है,
still
चलो
manageable.
फिर तो 8-4 है.
Be such an important round at the moment. And if T1 continue to go where they are at the moment too, into Famous's operator.
What a line.
बस Famous जैसा बनने का, never give up.
Fortunately with the flash, he has to TP away. DOS9 to relay forward. Oh, and then still guarded propped.
Gonna start to go in as well. Hunter's Fury out from Shiro, catching some damage, but is it gonna catch any prey? NC Slasher.
भाई इजू भाई अकेले ही काफी है.
Then the side smoke propped up by DOS9. Famous looks to get ahead of the fights, but look at that as well. T1 already swarming. Spike not fully planted just yet. They are waiting for Boom to peek out, and Famous even
Famous ने ऑप से एक भी नहीं मारा I think. हाँ, hello, hello YouTube, hello brother. What you doing? Don't do that.
Near impossible. Works off the one bit of information that he does have, but then the peak from B.
Next Famous ने ऑप से एक भी मारा है क्या?
Closes out this first half.
Like I am asking on a serious note.
I don't even know if Berserk's
ये
used
map
the neural
पे
theft
एक
at
भी
all.
मारा उसने?
I'm scratching my head to consider if it was thrown in there at all. Just
एक
rip that
मारा?
on and provide your team
कब
some
मारा?
sort of extra
मैंने नहीं
information
देखा. मेरी आंखें बंद
in
थी.
these sort of situations. Either way,
अच्छा.
Boom, they tried to flood early before the plant situation could go down. You got to see the contingency plan of Stack still having a Hunter's Fury at the end there. Be very viable to bail.
But एक मारा but वो impact kill नहीं था.
To mount a successful retake. Exchanging of the halves now. Boom
तो ये भी तुम
esports to the
पिक्चर
pistol
डालो.
round they go. Pistols, pretty good for them, right? They've been very successful on collecting time and time again, but I do start to wonder, after those pistols, what do the rounds look like, right? Because T1 have been doing so much better here. And I also remember T1 losing the pistols against Paper X, but still pushing it into overtimes, losing the bonus as well in some circumstances, right? Their rifle rounds are
मुझे
starting to be
one-sided की
built
feeling आ
up
रही है.
brilliantly.
Defense में तो T1 धो देगी ऐसा लग रहा है.
As am I. It's a far cry from what we've witnessed.
Far Cry मुझे लगा हम Valorant देख रहे हैं.
Greatness era
कोई नहीं, Far
of
Cry
Boom,
देखते हैं.
surprising everyone with all these up plays, Saint smoke movements and moments as well from DOS9, but now it feels as though most teams have started to catch
नहीं
on
वैसे
to
jokes
these
aside
little
भाई,
tricks and antics.
Famous का भाई खराब टाइम ही चल
so
रहा है.
far on this map,
पहले
especially
भाई
on
क्या
their
मारता
side,
था वो,
just
ऑप पे तो
running around
crazy.
with their own game plan while Boom tries to, I guess, catch
मुझे
up
लग रहा है
onto
उसका
it.
confidence
That
down
one
हुआ है,
from
ऐसा
Boom as
feeling
well.
आ रहा है.
The numbers
Currently last in
कुछ तो
pistols.
सीन है.
See if they can turn it around here, though. They picked up the first pistol, of course, in this map. So to be able to double down, one foot in front of the other. Got to also contend with something that they've not really played against when it comes to Ascent. Chamber plays from Buzz. Rendezvous, again, ripe and ready.
There we go. Info gathered as well, but look at that. As soon as Berserk tries to peek forward, gets sniped down, but
okay,
the rest of Boom will happily trudge forward into A site.
Got to capitalize on this now, though, as Boom get that plant down.
360p ही हुआ ना फिर, पता नहीं.
Shock darts and everything over, and it's the utility that blinds Boom. Spike almost planted it, but unfortunately falls
धो
off.
दिया ना,
Just famous
पता
lab
था.
looking for Sherlock
खत्म है
shots
भाई.
against the Ghost in a Classic. Even at range, Meteor, calm and steady, will take the shot.
Oh, Boom have just misread that play to come through from T1. That's honestly what that one is there. You got one player down in Hell looking to set up some utility. Believe that was DOS9. You've got the plant attempted from Shiro, and it's just denied. No one is protecting him from the jump down from T1. NC Slasher has done some God's work to get in towards the site there, but yeah, Izu, he's just thrown in there by the team to go and get the damage. And they revolt. T1 do not want to give Boone another pistol in this series. They want to close this map convincingly.
Famous struggling bhai.
Run it back on Corrode, but here we go. Smokes up. Boom, looking to flood.
All the information already for T1 and what's happening in this round. Mid from Izu, B main from Meteor. T1 know that this is a play towards A.
Yeah, Izu even TPs towards the back just to
लॉल भाई थॉर्न्स में सबकी GG हो गई.
Forward through the cages.
बेचारा.
Just continue to walk past that smoke and straight into these
Shiro ने मारा,
crosshairs.
yes.
T1 are holding.
Yeah, Stacks will pad some stats as well in that round.
Hero,
Didn't have the most successive
hero.
kill collection over on the attacking side.
Damn.
But it's not really his role in this squad, is it? So it'll just be some confidence at the end of the day to meet with the team. A team of which on T1
आजकल जो फेमस है वो ही स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं.
rounds now.
ऐसा कुछ
Are they
नहीं.
going to be able to collect upon a bonus, or is this is where we're going to start to see Boom find some depth in this server, find some weight here? NC Slasher is one away from the annihilation. They go towards A, where they can pick that one up. Should be no contest of play for that orb by T1.
Come on, Boom. Ooh, Buzz beginning to peek out, gain control.
6-13 it is.
Resurgence is hearing it.
मेरे को तो 13-5 लग रहा है.
Now what do you want to do as Boom? Spread across the map.
Sound sensor up.
Buzz. Oh, with the
अरे
bailout?
लो हो गया.
Well, he actually just hops away. Okay, now he goes in for it. That's the shock dart baited out too.
Yeah, 51 HP. You hear the Bucky. Do you still want to go over towards this B side? That could be a bit of a trap play.
Just a wee bit of utility.
नहीं Stacks यही नहीं करना था.
Ringing out. That Stacks down.
Yeah, if you can find these little isolation frags, you'd be right as rain as Boom here.
Pumping the brakes, thinking that it would pull the rotations over.
ये round तो आ जाएगा.
And he will secure himself a kill.
Yeah, this is the point in time for Boom to just collect all together. And
ये
look to
Shiro
go in
आप ही
somewhere
हो.
together as well. 40 seconds to go. It's going to be the A site.
I
Some
love
movements
speed demon
start to shift
said.
from Izu and Meteor.
लगता है आपको थर्ड मैप जाएगा.
Surprising
पागल हो
rifles
क्या?
that they
थर्ड मैप.
got in this round.
थर्ड
Moving
मैप.
themselves up as well. Concerted
ब्रदर
efforts
नकली शीरो खेल रहा है मैं
Spike
नहीं हूँ.
denial possibly. Izu
जो
what
third map
timing on the first
जाएगा.
flash. Second one as well. But unfortunately the repeat not afforded. Meteor shut down as well. Just Buzz with
तू वो होने वाला है.
He's got some stuff. Some stuff.
Izu a little bit ahead there. Had the decoy, had some teammates, wanted for the second bite of the cherry with the flash. Didn't work out. Understandable. Have a nice day.
save
Just the
करेगा ना?
bonus rounds. Boom will be collecting their
नहीं
50th.
मारने ट्राई कर रहा है.
Shiro as well will get ever so closer to the Hunter's Fury. So that's better from Boom Esports on this attacking side here. They do better than their last installment as well on
Hero is
Ascent.
using shadow clone
Courtesy of
jutsu.
Gen G, leading them for a 0 attacking side at half.
No, I'm not using any jutsu, bro.
But I know that T1 are not a team that are going to let you play default time and time again and find these individual pickings. They're going to come out with different plays. They're going to come out with some set strategies that they would have been practicing. You don't pick a map for a silly reason if you don't got strats, right? Operator is out for Buzz. Currently poised up towards the rafters of A, where Boom are looking to go again.
Flashes out as well. TPs. Going in to check the Warden in the Watchtower. The shots, unfortunately, not connecting this time. Boom, finding success on the site.
कैसे नहीं
Might be
कर
the
हुआ
call
ये?
to come through from T1 here. That's just a convincing execution in
अरे
towards the
यार,
site from
save
Boom
करेंगे
Esports.
ना अब तो
Set
ये
up
लोग.
behind the dark cover. Flash in.
Shit यार मेरा prediction
Annihilation.
खराब कर
Expunge
दिया
for sure.
इन्होंने.
You'll take that. You
कैसे
needed
नहीं
a way to
मारा
get
उधर
back in
बस ने?
towards this one as
कैसे?
Boom. So they
मारना
will
था
double
ना.
down on the round count, follow up the bonus with what could be a flawless round. Unless Meteor has something to say.
LOL. अरे उधर ही है.
Anticipates it, but Berserk's a little bit quicker.
भाई कैसे बैठा था ना भाई ये कैमरा लगा
You
के.
see Boom starting to write things up for the rest of the team.
Could even see an early timeout to try and stop any momentum building on the Boom side. Wouldn't mind it from T1. Yes, you give the affordance to your opponents that they can have a conversation again.
Time out
But
आएगा.
what have you really seen from them? 2 rifle rounds so far?
आना तो चाहिए.
Could be early enough. There's going to be no access to an annihilation again, for example, in the next round. You see these sort of flash and drone plays come out again. You start to wonder, is it real, is it not? This is the opportune time for Boom to even potentially consider going for some sort of fake play.
Start to really get that snowball rolling. T1, I mean, that was, granted, it was a round where they had a pretty good setup on A as well, but Boom dismantles it. Could even run the same thing again. But taking things slow. Berserk still.
Yeah, Boom are holding back, waiting to see if there's any difference in play from T1 in this round. You know, they've saved an operator. They could be on a forward line. They could be going for a bit of a set pop play for that information as well. So you'll be having to see
BMC second match में थोड़ा hope है क्यों? वो road पे
exactly what Shiro is popping out at this current point in time. Very standard Sova things on this map to reclaim some territory that you have lost. A little bit more with the progression util coming on out, but it'll keep T1 interested at this A site. This sort of utility is what I'm talking about.
ना तो doable होगा.
Yes.
But ये लोग B जा रहे हैं और हमारा A stack है.
For an expected play that you've done a couple of times.
Stacks अकेला है.
Presence, let T1 play into their own minds.
Yeah, building that consistency, baiting them.
We'll see though. T1 with time elapsed now beginning to rotate back. Stacks doesn't feel happy being alone on the site, so let's see if Meteor can provide some assistance with that sheriff of his. Otherwise, Boom just marching forward. You got the wall up as well. It's not too simple.
Oh, that's a missed wall actually to come out from NC Slasher. They had to wait for the dart that went out earlier as well.
Oh, Stacks. Good for one at least. But as I was saying, that's right. It's going to be a tough round for T1.
Yeah, you got to choose if you want to invest the dimensional drift or not.
I mean, would you?
How else do you get in? You got to remove that trap wire that's blocking you currently. You send in the clone for that first, and now you go.
And just to try a guess. Still considering the firepower. Buzz with the off goes in. Close range, point blank. Not happening. Famous. Clicks and holds. Now the rest of them just spamming forward, playing off contact in each other. Berserk's looking to close it out. Oh, Meteor, another shot. Maybe even a third, but not quite happening until NC Slasher comes through. Boom.
भाई comeback हो रही क्या?
A couple more rounds here, closing in on this gap.
Yeah, starting to revitalize a little bit here, Boom Esports. A couple rounds in play. But are they going to be able to continue on, or are
team का नाम Broom नहीं है.
Tells of Boom
है भाई, Broom बना दिया bro.
Waiting for Famous to get these pop plays out the smokes. Bit of combo grab net utility.
भाई उन पे कुछ सच्ची बोले तो कुछ मौका ही नहीं था. कैसे retake करते हो लोग? It was very tough.
Actually, right? I love the fact that all this conditioning that Boom
Shiro top frag करी comeback हो रहा है. देखो ये असली Shiro है.
So top frag मतलब T1 some thoughts of concern that might be another A play. So it's not like we're seeing a Boom without ideas, for sure.
And hey, credit to Shiro for that as well. I mean, he was that Sova that did all that work, so pretty lovely to see with the adjustments coming over from that previous game that they had. Boom still definitely a potential force to be reckoned with. T1 then in with this timeout. Certainly will have quite a bit to say.
Well, if T1 pick into Ascent and they manage to not come away with it, gives still a bit of more concern with the nature of this roster at the moment.
I'll leave you with a bitter taste in your mouth.
You gotta think what they've got up their sleeve for Corrode as well. Newest map, added to Valorant.
Or exciting, but we'll see. For now, still onto Ascent. T1, 3 away from possibly closing out. Needing to get the read on it though. Boom, going in with a set play. Hunter's Fury straight into sight.
And Dimensional Drift to start to piece things together as well. Meanwhile though, NC Slasher removed. Izu, Stacks. Oh, this is just falling apart. A misread to come out from Boom. Their layered approach. Hunter's Fury netting nothing. Dimensional
तो
drift
boom कर
as
दिया।
well.
शीरो भाई अकेले क्या करेंगे शीरो भाई?
Famous on that one, you feel.
अरे
Shiro
अरे
just pinged up.
शीरो भाई डर गए अकेले।
From T1 after their timeout. Damn. And it all happens at the start of Buzz's operator as well. I mean, intentionally positioned off towards top mid, but with that position able to rotate back forward. As soon as that Hunter's Fury rings out, you can expect them to be streaming through this smoke, and that's exactly what T1 does. Stacks as well. What a hold.
Right pieces at the right spot for
आपको
T1
boom
in
में
that
खेलने के
round.
कितने पैसे मिले?
Now, a couple
150
more
रुपया।
chances for Boom to get closer.
बस
One
big
to
smoke
keep
talent
T1 off
बहुत
map
ज़्यादा
point
है।
here.
BME
got
शीरो
some
सोवा
credits to
खेल रहा है
back 'em up
meanwhile
for
me
sure.
waiting for Acetyl शीरो
You
सोवा
still gotta
gameplay।
kind of also think that Boom
हाथ तो ठीक
have a
हो,
little pass mark in
सब
this round
gameplay
to
हो
hold
जाएगा।
on to a
सोवा
couple of
योरू के
weapons.
ओ किल
Hunter's
जॉय सब
Fury
हो
off the
जाएगा।
rip from Stacks. The second bolt doesn't connect to Berserks. So it's just the 80 damage on a player that has generally been playing Lurk anyway.
Slightly inconsequential, which then Boom.
Yeah, you're not going to read into it too much.
Looking to scrounge up something towards this ace site. DH is ready though.
It's the normal play that we see from Boom, right? They'll get their paranoia at the ready from DOS9. The flash is ready from Famous as well. We see this time and time again. There's that drone.
The key timings of it too. Fake TP, and it's quickly read by T1. The reactions from DH here as he swings over to the side. Still though, Izu not quite connecting onto the shots, and that allows for the rest of Boom to fly back in.
Yeah, that one looks a little bit scrappy to come on out when you're in the grav net as well. Now a retake attempt to come through from T1 if they want to. Buzz and Stacks. Recon Dart would be a long time coming. So you might need to go a little bit ahead of that.
I'm too far.
I'm too
All
far.
these corners, especially the one into Generator. Shearer is pretty darn low. Stacks trying to get ahead of it with the shock dart, but oh, Boom able to steal themselves and find the 2 kills necessary.
Yeah, it feels like it doesn't really matter if
अभी
T1
बस
have
अल्ट
the
पे
inkling
खेलेगा
and the
क्या?
read that is the play that's going to come out yet again.
पैसे नहीं है।
Boom, get in and hit their shots. Do start to question a little bit.
Half
Is this
buy
the one
होगा
play
इनका
that they
फिर
have
से
with this
अभी।
comp to get in towards the A site? Is it always the drone, the flash, and the grav net, or are there, you know, a couple more different iterations that they do have possible? Taking T1 a little bit of time to figure out a way to shut that specific play down. But you see it a couple more times, and I think that they'll have a really good way of contending with it.
They are so zest.
Go a little bit back and forth. T1.
They might just come back. I know. लग रहा है मेरे
Got some
को।
ultimates to work off of. And Izu looking for info.
लॉल सब बंदे थे।
Well, he will confirm it. Mid is exploring.
पता चल गया। A shot
being
walk in हो
explored by
रहा है।
Boom.
Hence the rotations back over onto A site. Hearing a lot going off over by Tree.
I did just mention before as well, is there a different approach towards this A
चलो,
site that
कल्टी
Boom have up their
मारो,
sleeves? The
U-turn।
answer is yes, it would seem. Everyone going through Tree there.
देख लिया,
with
but
no
लड़कर को
progress
spot
actually
किया उसने
made.
सिर्फ।
Forces Izu to bring out the dimensional drift and just re-figure out where everybody is. Confirm again that Famous is mid. They've locked out of mid. So you've got some time to settle as T1. Reset. They could come back towards A, and that they do.
Yeah, 50 seconds. Bear mesh out as well. Now hearing more footsteps, so back into A we go. That bear mesh might slow things down a little bit on the rotational side, but that means it all
उस पे
comes down to
capitalize
DH
कैसे
Izu.
कर रही है ये
Perfect
लोग
timing
तो?
from Meteor there on
वो
the
लोग
steel
रुक ही
guard,
गए।
blocking Boom out. They have to wait before going again.
कुछ फायदा नहीं हुआ बे
A
actually
little bit
ult
more
का।
time bought. Will it be enough to give them the foothold they need? DH
मार भी
great
नहीं
on the
पाए।
shot. Meteor as well. The trades have been found.
खैर 3v2।
Berserk Shiro.
He's got a neural theft. He needs the information. Surely.
Not quite sending it out just yet.
But मुझे लग रहा है लोग निकाल
Ultimately
लेंगे।
pulls it out at the final moment.
निकालने
Spike gets
वाले
pointed
हैं
out and
लोग।
he confirms positions. Buzz looking for a couple of wall bangs, but still it's way too close.
अभी stacks मारेगा।
Stacks pulls out the recon just to give his teammates some
बस
urgency.
timing
As
बस।
he pushes past Heaven, but spotted by Shiro.
देख क्यों नहीं
It's all
रहा?
down to Stacks now with a Phantom. Nothing else in his pocket. Goes out for the swing, gets a good flick on the Shiro,
Bro
but still
बस
missing
नहीं
out the
नहीं नहीं
Berserks
लोग
in the initial.
mistakes कर रहे
That
हैं।
will be
ये तो अभी
Boom
भाई ये लोग mistakes
closing
कर
things
रहे हैं।
up. It's 9 to 11 now.
Yeah, Shiro hitting
Buzz
some sharp
and
shots
even
in that
उससे
one
पहले
to
Meteor।
bail them out of a sticky
क्या कर रहे हैं?
situation.
क्यों कर रहे
Get
हैं?
some good praise towards T1. I thought the
क्यों?
way that they were doing their timing on the utility
Patience,
was
bro,
pretty
patience.
convincing that they might be a
Patience के
showing
बिना
for
नहीं
this round,
होगा।
but no. Boom managed to get out through the
डोसा
tree.
भाई का
The 3
टीपिंग
versus
सेम
2
है
a bit
डोसा
early from
भाई
T1
डोसा
when
इनको
that neural
डोसा
theft comes
बना
out, 'cause
दिया
that 2 versus 2. They make some good work of that in the end.
भाई लेकिन
Timeout to be
बूम
deployed
उस दिन
from
कितना गंदा खेल
T1.
रही थी आज देखो
As they
Stacks
do
ने
feel the
मस्त
weight of
मारा
what is
दो
happening
एंड
in the
में
server right now. Boom
बट
are
3v2
starting to
था
figure out what they need to do on
राउंड
this
था
attacking side to get the
मीटियोर ने
better
भी
of you.
जल्दबाजी की अकेले पीक किया
And as I
उसके
said,
बाद
just
बस भी
before Quack as well.
अवेयर
Feels like it's only a
अवेयरनेस नहीं
matter of
थी
time for T1
मतलब
and ergo
जीत
T1's
सकते थे
coaches to
आराम से
recognize what a lot of these normal tells are from Boom.
इम्पेशेंट हो गए बे
Might
दोनों
be
के
the time
दोनों
that they've figured that out to put a nail in this one.
And that's the thing, you know, you're coming down into this moment.
Sign
where
my forehead.
Deep into the second half, Boom are still showing off so many different looks.
दोस्त नहीं
T1 needing this help from the coaching staff. You've seen it, the deadlock barrier mash and how much it can provide, and at the same time still playing around.
Gives a bit of time though for Fields to start to cook as well over on Boom's side, right? And he is
Cypher पे
somebody
full
that
whiff कर दिया
is
शीरो
really,
ने
really smart when it comes to his
अच्छा
plans.
अच्छा साइफर पे फुल whiff कर दिया उसने स्टैक्स ने
Things are
अच्छा
getting, you know, to the
मैं
end
वही मैं
hour on this
कंफ्यूज हो
map.
गई कि
Having another chance and check in with him there for Boom, very important to listen well.
Crucial round now. At the same time, you gotta admit, you love to feel the electricity in your veins. Boom, what a journey. Shearwall in their faces now.
Bit of information confirmed. Boom, love their explosive plays.
All in together. Stacks holding the off angle for Dear Life. Actually catches two!
Bro,
Shiro
nice
answers
shots.
back. Meteor out from stairs.
Annihilation, wasted two.
Alt घर
That
पे
does it not bode well for
4v2
Boom.
brother
Meteor repositions and
4v2
get the drop on Berserk.
4v2 let's go let's go nice round nice round
Thrifty picked up by T1
क्या
to
मारा
give
बे
them
स्टैक्स ने
that point.
That is the player that comes out from Boom that I immediately think back to their Phoenix
important
composition. They love
Nice
to
one.
get control in B main, they love to walk up, and they love to explode. With Famous getting out those curveballs, the team layering with the extra utility too. Very copy-paste with a little bit of difference for the Cypherlock comp that they're coming out with.
ये गलती इसलिए कर रहे क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी
Good. Doesn't work out, gets shut down by T1. They thrifty them to get map point.
Might even have been slightly unexpected, but you could tell T1's quite prepared and quite elated with the result. Boom then opting for different
Yeah,
approaches now. They
US
have to.
515
Back
अभी
towards this
919
AD
उसका गंदा गेम चल रहा है
3 chances
Hello,
for T1 to
Anumet.
close out their map pick here, Quack.
Oh, you got all that deadlock utility. Oh, excuse me, Vi's utility swapped around as well.
Now you just got to spread around the map at the
कोई
moment.
बात नहीं मुझे तो
Thorns
करोड़
towards
देखना है
the entry point of both extremities.
जीतो भाई जल्दी करोड़ देखना
Has
है
just been Stacks and Meteor on the B site. How lucky are you feeling, Berserks? I don't know if lucky's the right word, but
I feel like you need a little bit of luck in the play when you go against Meteor, though.
50-50. You go in for the duel, you hope you get it. Good check so far, though, with the shock darts.
I mean, you've already used your drone from Shiro. You've got a recon. If that doesn't scan
Guys,
logs and you
can
overlook
it be the last round
Meteor could absolutely just rain on you.
अगर बी पे मरे ना रीटेक तो जीजी है रीटेक
Setting up
नहीं
for
हो
another
पाएगा
explosive hit.
स्टैक्स और मीटियर को मारना पड़ेगा जो कि मुझे
And it's a
मुश्किल लग
different
रहा
shear
है
wall this time. It's gonna catch them off guard. It keeps it
split
trapped.
Okay.
Oh no!
गुड
Worst
रिपोजिशन
possible case scenario for Boom. They have to
अरे
pick up the
फ्लैश
pieces
हो
now. Great flash from Famous,
गया
but still the
W
wall bang from Stacks.
And he can fall back towards the back side if he wants to. 15 seconds.
no
Boom
no
have to
he's
force a
not
plan
gonna
here.
do that
Holds back, holds the off angle. DOS9 carefully clearing meandering.
Oh,
but
bhai,
it
let's
does
go.
not happen. Buzz getting another shot as well.
अरे
Responsibility
Zero bhai
on
nice
Shiro's shoulders. It's
try
overwhelming. It's crushing. Buzz delivers the final blow. 13-9 after the
क्या
longest
बात
second half.
है
Boom attempted at coming back, but T1 says
Last round
dream's
है
done.
Yeah, Boom don't fall over in that map after a bit of a rocky first half, won't lie. And they come out with a couple of good clean
W
rounds
W
towards
W
the A
nice
side.
try Shiro nice try VCT में 90% लेस प्रिलूड एंड प्राइम कैरमिड 2.0 यूज कर रहे हैं क्या बात कर रहे हैं प्रिलूड तो हाँ बहुत देखी है बट नाइफ पे मैंने इतना ध्यान नहीं दिया नाइफ पे नहीं ध्यान दिया मैंने कहा था गाइस शीरो टॉप फ्रैग इट्स लूज हर ये तो भाई कर्स है ना, तुम लोग को तो पता ही है। और स्किन से याद आया भाई, मुझे भी स्किन चेक करनी है। कौन सी स्किन आई है मेरे स्टोर में? अबे ये अलग सा क्यों दिख रहा है? अपडेट आया है क्या? अरे 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 भाई चल जा, अबे पागल है क्या? भाड़ में जा भाई तू। चैम्प्स हाँ, चैंपियन वैंडल भी चलती है। ये क्या हुआ? कुछ नहीं भाई, वालो बीजेएमआई से इंस्पायर्ड है बहुत ज्यादा। हर दिन सिस्टम रीस्टार्ट ये बोलता है, लेकिन मैं करती नहीं हूँ। डेली बोलता है, नहीं करती मैं। नहीं करना पड़ेगा पाजी, उसके मूड स्विंग्स है, आपको पता नहीं है। वो ऐसे ही बोलता है, उसको इग्नोर कर देने का, बंद कर देने का, वापस चलाने का, भूल जाएगा वो कि ऐसा भी कुछ हुआ था। गाइस गेस करो कौन सी स्किन आई होगी। अब तो मुझे सच में नहीं खेलना है, भाड़ में जा।
continuing to not look very comfortable on this Yoru.
Yeah, I really agree with you. I think something isn't quite clicking for them on this map, but I do think
वैलो नाराज है, आप खेल नहीं रहे।
definitely caught them off guard a little bit. But you know, this is T1's map pick. You can kind of write it off, and I'm happy at least that they warmed up into the second.
अब तो खेलूंगी भी नहीं।
Now we're moving towards your own map pick. Things have to change. You have to be more awake. I do think that was a better.
BME शीलो।
Still not quite there.
शीलो।
I think for T1 that definitely.
गाइस क्या करें, तब तक हमने सब मिनी गेम्स तो खेल लिए हैं। कुछ बचा है क्या? Of course. आओ माथा खराब करे। C spot, catch, run, cobra, slide, guitar, string. Okay. Catch, spot, maybe. I don't know. Run, slide. समझ नहीं आ रहा है। I have a question. Yes, Pinky बोलो। गिटार स्ट्रिंग वो ज्वाइन करके थोड़ी होता है।
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what this comp can do really well. You often see this short dominance putting that chamber drop. Apologies, the chamber drop down on.
Did you fracture your hand after getting labubu or before? मेरा हैंड फ्रैक्चर नहीं है पिंकी। I have wrist pain and ये 1 महीने से है। लबूबू को I think 1 हफ्ता हुआ होगा barely। पिंकी के भी फीड में वो सब आ रहा है, मैं समझ गई। वो नेगेटिव एनर्जी भाई, मैं देखो मैं उस सब में बिलीव करती भी नहीं हूँ कि भाई एक टॉय से कैसा कौन सा नेगेटिव एनर्जी ब्रो। वो तो लोग बस कुछ भी फैलाते रहते हैं फालतू की चीजें, ऐसा मैं नहीं मानती। सोया मेरे तो भाई 1 महीने से है। मेरे भी आया था बाय द वे फीड में, और मेरे फीड में वो सब तभी आना स्टार्ट हुआ था जब मेरे को लबूबू मिला। सो है कुछ सीन है। वन ऑफ माई मैनेजर फ्रैक्चर्ड हर फुट आफ्टर गेटिंग लबूबू सेम डे। सिम्पसन्स प्रिडिक्टेड, वो सब फेक होता है पिंकी, मैं तो नहीं मानती। वो सब फेक होता है। ये सिम्पसन जो भी चीज होगा ना उसके बाद ही सिम्पसन का वो आता है, तुम ये भी नोटिस कर लेना। सब फेक है, सब फेक है एकदम। मैं तो एकदम नहीं मानती। सोया व्हाट इज लबूबू, ये 2 रखे हैं ना। छोटू छोटू ये मैंने भी देखा वो वीडियो, मेरे भी फीड में बहुत आया था, मैं ऐसे स्किप करे जा रही थी फिर आना बंद हो गया। गाइस बताओ, मेरा तो दिमाग नहीं चल रहा। सिमसन ने जिंदगी में डर खड़ा कर दिया है। कुछ नहीं है भाई, नेगेटिव एनर्जी लोगों से आती है। हाँ एक्चुअली लोगों से आती है। गिटार मेरे को तो कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, रुको। गिटार में वैसे नोट भी होता है, गिटार स्ट्रिंग नोट। हाँ बे हो सकता है, ब्रिज भी तो होता है उसमें। हाँ मतलब फिर ये पक्का रिलेटेड नहीं है, अगर ये साथ में नहीं है तो ये रिलेटेड है ही नहीं। रन सीरीज फ्रीक स्ट्रिंग, ये क्या है? सीक्वेंस, अच्छा रन ओके। यार अब ब्रिज तो और नोट तो मेरे को इससे रिलेट हो रहा है, गिटार से, और तो मुझे समझ आ नहीं रहा। नोट ब्लैंकेट ब्रिज काउ को भाई साहब मुझे नहीं भेजना है वैभव, पोजिट्रॉन को भेजना है। यार पाजी देख लो क्या सीन है। वरना जस्ट इग्नोर भाई, छोड़ो। काउ ईल काउ ईल कोबरा कैसे? बट मुझे तुम लोग बताओ तो, तुम लोग कैसे रिलेट कर रहे हो? अगर तुम लोग गूगल से देख के आ रहे हो तो फिर स्मार्ट बनने के लिए है। देन इग्नोर लेट इट बी। इतना वैसे भी हमको एडिटर्स की जरूरत है नहीं, तो यार सी स्पॉट नहीं, अभी ये बताया था, गलत है ये। लिविंग वाला कोबरा ईल काओ वैसे तो इसमें, बट फोर्थ तो कुछ है नहीं ना। ब्रिज व्हील, एक सेकंड, ये भी तो हो सकता है, ब्रिज स्लाइड व्हील, लेकिन फोर्थ क्या होगा फिर? गिटार ब्रिज नोट स्लाइड भी होता है क्या? गिटार का मुझे ब्रिज और नोट तो पता है, फोर्थ नहीं समझा मुझे। अगर स्लाइड है तो ठीक है, ट्राई करती हूँ। नहीं है ये सारन 6:30 को सीडीएम वॉच पार्टी स्टार्ट हो रहा है क्या? एक सेकेंड प्लीज स्टार्ट कर दो भाई जल्दी, 3 मिनट भाई। सीडीएम वॉच पार्टी भी है भाई, इनको बोलो कोई जल्दी खत्म करो भाई। कैच मेरे को तो कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा। कैच और ये भी हो सकता है ना, स्पॉट सी नहीं हो सकता है क्या ये गाइस? कैच स्पॉट सी एंड नोट मैं कर रही हूँ, भाड़ में जाए लास्ट। ए सही है मेरा पिकअप ऑन। ये नहीं पता मुझे लास्ट।
get a little bit cheesier on that attacker side. I don't mind it if T1 bring out double duelists here, you know, if you want to start on that attacker side. But I do think equally there are so many options here. But I think it should be about enabling Buzz and Izu. They have the personnel for double duelists. They have the personnel for high fragging.
ये तो ईल का को नहीं, इसमें फोर्थ है ही नहीं कुछ।
I want to see them play to their own strengths. And
मुझे लगता है ना, नहीं यार एक्चुअली मुझे कुछ नहीं लगता। काव कोबरा हील हो सकते हैं लेकिन वही ना फोर्थ क्या होगा कब का बोला था मैंने ये अबे वो सब इतना सारा लिखेंगे तो सब नहीं पढ़ पाती ना मैं ये वाला बताओ गाइस ये मैं क्लूलेस हूँ ये काव कोबरा ये पक्का गाइस क्योंकि हमारा लास्ट चांस है हमारा लास्ट चांस है अभी लॉक कर दो जो भी करना है कोबरा गिटार काओ व्हील होगा कैसे पक्का नहीं है गाइस देखो लास्ट चांस है अभी इट्स ओके बताओ मैं तो क्लूलेस हूँ क्योंकि कुछ रिलेट ही नहीं हो रहा है ये अब ये किस सेंस में रिलेट कर रहे हैं इन वर्ड्स को आई हैव नो क्लू कर देते हैं इतना क्या सोचना है ईल व्हील काओ व्हील काओ कोबरा ठीक है कर रही हूँ मैं भाड़ में जाए डोंट टेल मी पहले वाला सही था पहले हमने क्या किया था यही किया था शायद से योगा बैक बेंड्स ऐसा भी कुछ होता है व्हील और ब्रिज ठीक है बट काओ कोबरा नहीं पता था इलेक्ट्रिक ब्लैंकेट इलेक्ट्रिक ईल इलेक्ट्रिक गिटार इलेक्ट्रिक स्लाइड अबे इलेक्ट्रिक ईल क्या होता है ये सब नई चीजें पता नहीं कहाँ से आई है इस दुनिया में मुझे नहीं पता
You know, that's definitely the meta right now from what we've seen on the defense. Is it's about stopping them at that choke. So having an extra player that can get across there fast is really helpful.
Sorry, I mean, I think Deadlock's really strong just in general at the moment with the refresh of the grab net. And we've seen a lot of teams be quite successful with the Sage as well. So
ईल करंट मारता है ईल फिश होती है ना नॉट रियली फिश यार शायद वोम टाइप होता है पता नहीं
change things up. We want to keep it exciting, especially with Icebox eventually leaving this map pool. You gotta nail down Corrode.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what the take is for Boom and T1 here on Corrode. But T1
famous on
double
Neon
controller. Astra Omen looks kind of like something like FPX will be.
अबे ये लोग डेडलॉक यूज कर रहे हैं ब्रो मेरे को डेडलॉक मस्त लगता है बट एस्ट्रा ओमन बहुत रेयर देखने मिलता है बे वाइपर ओमन चलो वाइपर एस्ट्रा बहुत कॉमन है भाई इन्होंने एस्ट्रा और ओमन लिया है क्रेजी
power on the strong default and good hold of the chokes across on the side of Boom. They are sticking with that deadlock and the Viper. This is clearly the style that they want to lean into with Famous on the Neon, so still pace there.
All right, well, we are going to go into Corrode. I'm so excited. We're getting it 3 times this week. So we're going to send it back to our casters. Komodo is absolutely delighted right now. All smiles, and he's casting with Quack.
आज का वर्ल्ड करा हाँ किया ऑलमोस्ट हार गए थे एंड में क्लच हुआ इलेक्ट्रिक ईल नियॉन का एनिमल वर्जन
was actually saying there. He thinks that this agent composition to come through for T1 is like FPX style. Actually,
गाइस कॉम्प देख के क्या लगता है तुम्हें कौन जीत रहा है आई मीन T1 का कॉम्प वैसे बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है
Oh, the grab net as well, but look at T1.
Now he knows कि यहीं था चेंबर पीछे गया he got the info
They're too fast.
बट उसको लग रहा है एक है इधर तो बहुत सारे हैं भाई भाई फेमस बेचारा क्या मारा है उसको
And what can you do for Berserks now? You've already used the grab net, scoping things out with the Prowler though. This is just forcing
ये क्या है
back a little bit right now. They'd have to get risky with it.
DOS9 saves the day with the smoke as well. T1, they could just wait around this smoke.
इसका मैप पे क्या वो जीतेगा वो तो BME
do have Buzz overlooking mid to see if there's going to be any forward pushes here as well. But currently not, so really this just gives Berserks enough time to re-get out the grav net as well. I'll add Berserk's first time on the deadlock. Usually we do see it for NC slash up, so we'll see how he's going to fare.
Yeah, trade a flash for a grab net, but still Boomer T1 are able to walk past it. DOS9 springs out from his little corner, but Berserks is the one who lands all the shots. 3 kills under his belt, and Boom
इनकी टीम में जो भी डेडलॉक होता है वही मारता है.
Not gonna lie. Good shots to coming out. No, what I wanted to actually highlight coming in towards this one, and I know it's going to be in parallel right now, so a lot of people might not have actually seen this just yet. Corrode being a new map, a lot of teams are taking their time to figure out some different agent comps and everything like that. all gamers, yes, all gamers over in CN have just come out with Corrode
Nahi
against
lag raha ab.
Wolves.
Just
They
one
ran this
round.
comp
It's okay.
that Boom is running as well, right? So they've both got some similar ideas. I'm expecting, because it's first time, they probably don't know each other and how that's going to happen, I would say. They're 13-4 Wolves.
Yep.
So it might be a strong comp.
That happened very recently too, so it
like an
really
hour ago.
could be. We'll see. Famous quick to hold inside the smokes. This valley of death through middle, not one that's safe to pass across. So T1 gonna have to lick their wounds back into A main while there's.
अरे भाई deadlock best agent है bro.
Yeah,
Impact
also the first
होना
time Meteor is
चाहिए.
actually picking up the Astra, I do believe, so we can draw some sort of.
अबे हाँ मैंने realize नहीं किया
similarities
Shiro
to how
on
the life of play
Viper.
would be from it. A lot
हाँ
of autonomy
इन्होंने
is going
switch
to
किया है
be
map पे
quite powerful,
rules.
but this map is definitely
Shiro
currently a,
हमेशा initiator
double
होता है.
controller type variety.
Yeah, a lot of areas to watch out for. Famous just gonna lock things down towards the middle, sees the spike as well, and Meteor to, I don't know, just do as much as possible. He's got a classic. Shiro swaps over to the Sheriff and just digs away at his head. Flawless round, boom, 2-0.
नहीं भाई deadlock तो बहुत अच्छा agent है यार खेलना आना चाहिए.
Because we got an extract from Autumn that he reckons the
मेरे को
best
तो deadlock बहुत
combo is a
पसंद है.
Goru plus a double controller style variety, right? So if they're
बस
saying
जब
that,
सामने आता है
then
अच्छा
I'm
deadlock
looking
तब
towards
irritate
the
होता है.
side of T1, well, that's what they're going in, right? Izu comfortable on the Yori. Buzz, well, that's comfortable on the
Mouse
chamber.
drag करते टाइम
Mentioned
सिर्फ
there,
wrist
but
use करते हो या full
DH,
hand
new player
movement.
onto the Omen. Normal.
Drag करते हो तुम
Astra
mouse
is
use करते
interesting
हो.
for me as the secondary controller.
यार हाँ mostly wrist मैं भी check कर रही थी रुको.
So I really do wonder how that's going to compare to Viper. So I really do wonder.
मतलब यार mostly तो wrist movement ही होता है but कभी-कभी तो थोड़ा hand तो करना पड़ता है. लेकिन तुम तो duelist खेलते हो. अरे मैं कहाँ duelist खेलती हूँ यार पहले खेलती थी. मैं तो सब agent खेल लेती हूँ. मेरा deadlock भी duelist जैसा ही है. मेरा cloak भी duelist जैसा ही है.
I do like the placement of the sonic sensor from Berserks too, so it feels like Boom have been prepared on this map.
ये तो सब खेलती है वही तो भाई मैं सब खेलती
Very
हूँ.
ambitious to get out the new map real early, but it's not like they're the first installment of it, right? It's their first play, but they've seen
Watchparty है guys 6:30. I just hope ये 2 ही हो.
Playing it to pick together
यार
a
2
couple
नहीं
of
भी हुआ तो भी
workable
भाई हम
ideas
तो
and
बंद
maybe
करके
some what
CDM
not to
Watchparty
dos.
करेंगे.
Still is T1's first play of it too. And right now T1 being very cautious, wanting to hold on to their guns. They've noted quite a bit now. And also spotted, yes.
Yeah, Shiro confirmed the shoulder up. Gonna put himself in a spot where the Stinger can sing.
Wall up soon enough. It's a very good spot for the Stinger.
Yep, he's gonna provide himself a little bit of a pocket.
Ooh, do they check it though? That's the thing, new map, they don't know yet. Prowler does go in, but it's a little bit too late. Izu has snuck behind, but Dawsnut comes in too. DH now streaming forward, but you've got Famous inside of the smoke. The time is basically gone. Meteor still pushing up front and actually has saved the round. 14-1, they get the spike in, and it's Berserks with a Marshall for the retake.
Luckily,
oh no,
on the timing there.
क्या? बैठ जाओ अब जाके. मेरे को नहीं पता.
Berserks might be able to do not a shot, unfortunately. So a bit of a tight line that T1 are walking.
Insta shots, it's my left hand, not right. Mouse वाला नहीं है.
That round with the time. They do manage to find it successfully, nevertheless. Boom will get their buy up. I saw an Odin purchase from NC Slasher. You know, on this map as well, a lot of these walls are very thin. That's why you're kind of looking towards your fades and your sovers being very commonplace on this map, specifically on that A site. You get rotations coming over as well, where you can just spam under the HUD at B. So I can see some very large value coming through from NC Slasher a little bit later on, currently positioned in mid. You got the standard smoke to go top mid, or bottom mid, whichever way you're calling it.
Oh wow, he's just going for it.
Crazy, that's crazy. I was gonna say, a lot of spam potential through the walls there as well, but...
He saw Buzz perched up on top from before, so must have kind of gotten a read from that, and then Famous just to block down the line into A main. Tough entry for T1 at this point. You got some Prowlers possibly, but still, the numbers not on your side.
No, the numbers don't lie. But a bit of a ruse to be thrown from Meteor. You are stuck, my good sir.
Still gets a kill at least, but here comes Famous back in with the op. It's lovely to see it, but still, we turn our attention over to Buzz and Stacks, the duo.
It's
the Odin though that cries out straight into the halls of Valhalla. Stacks, your time is almost up. 40 seconds left, and he throws a desperate Prowler over.
He has to plant to a position where he can't be spammed down from NC Slasher, but now, where do you expect the reposition from Famous? I mean, would you have thought that he would wrap around the whole map?
Oh, there's a chance, Stacks. Thinking of wrapping around Elbow. Oh, the fake jump! And it just baits him into looking upwards. Famous then swinging up from behind. Boom, up 3-1 now.
Famous भाई ने seriously ले लिया op comments
very
को,
well
मुझे
done
भी
from
लग
Boom in
रहा
that
है
round.
नहीं बोलना
Need to
चाहिए
definitely
था.
see the replay on how
गुस्सा हो
NC
गया.
Slasher has managed to just wriggle that first one. Talking about seeing Buzz there earlier on. Such a pivotal opening kill to come on through as
Guys,
well.
जैसे मैंने अभी देखा कि मैच 6:30 की जगह 6 PM हो रहा है. अभी क्या करने का है?
See all those traces come on out. That's
क्या हो रहा है
disgusting.
हमारे साथ?
Operator of Famous starting to come online. Need, and I can't express this enough, need to see a lot of crucial plays be found from Famous for Boom. If he's on that scope line, needs to hit them shots.
I guess that's why it also does sometimes kind of come down to how many rounds you can really bring out from this defensive side. There's so much that
Screen वाला idea बुरा नहीं था.
Boom are just quickly going in for as much as possible. Famous kicks
Shift
things off.
करे. हाँ नहीं stream करनी होगी ना but मुझे.
Slowly pushing up on
Save में थोड़ी चलता है.
A.
Yeah, eventually Berserks will come back over here as well from Link. Currently smoked enough, so I wonder if there's going to be a bit of a pop play to come out from Izu with a blind side Buzz.
No! Sidestepped! Berserk's dancing around! Just shimmying back and forth! Oh, the third kill! It's an anti-eco, but still, that means the ult has been achieved.
Sodium का match अब भी है guys 5 minutes में.
It's flawless for Boom.
There's a lot better looking for Boom on the defensive side currently on this new map of Corrode. Hitting their shots, making the right rotation calls.
Bro, imagine one-sided जीत जाए भाई
BME have got for us on the early stages of this
खैर
one
मतलब
as
eco
well.
था but
Rifles will be
still.
back into possession. The ultimates are starting to come online. We'll see where they're going to favor around the map. as
Third
well.
map लग
You
रहा
are
है ये
contending
तो.
with an operator. You are contending with an Odin.
Third map छोड़ो
Makes you
भाई.
think that a lot
अच्छा
of these
खेल रही है भाई
extremities are
BME.
going to make you use some utility to get out. Maybe even make
कोई
you
तो
use a
कह रहा
defensive
था
drift
वैसे
off the
उन्होंने
rip.
मैप पिक किया है. कुछ सोच के किया होगा.
Thinking about it. Is close range enough? Got the Cosmic Divide up as well, and here it goes.
Underdog है क्या? Underdog तो हम ऐसे kind of कह सकते हैं क्योंकि Ascension से आई है ना.
Well, DH able to pick things up, but here comes NC Slasher. Berserks then too, hiding inside around the corners. Berserks takes them down. No entry past Elbow. T1 are kind of stuck.
A little read from Buzz though on the rotation catch from Famous. Now you know that Berserks is on the site as well. Oh, that looks awkward from Meteor, but he finds it some stability in this round now. NC Slasher. Do you put a premium on just saving the operator or the Odin into the next round?
की तरह
Or do
नहीं
you want to give this
होते.
a crack? Your economy with the loss bonus will still look alright, but DOS 9. So I think you do just look to the ladder. It's an expensive
Hero
weapon.
इधर
The
भी top
operator
crack
and the
कर
Odin.
रहा है. मुश्किल है जीतना.
Damage would
हाँ
be
ना
great
हो
for sure,
सकता है
but
actually.
you just got to cut your losses here.
I mean, they are down a map, so kind of speaks to their mindset.
I do love the idea, though, from T1 coming in this one. The Cosmic Divide as well, enabling a little bit of a pocket for Izu to come out for him. Very, you know, telling of what we like to see on Pearl from, I think it was G2, right? That would come out with some sort of stuff like that. Be it unintendedly or with expectation. Was it intended or not? I think was the thing back then, but regardless, now people know about it.
Hey,
and Boom, you know, figure it out firsthand that it's possible.
That's why a new map is so exciting, but at the same time, Buzz championing the round with that one little play off the back. And that's the thing that you got to watch out for with a team like T1 still.
Oh, it was DH, sorry, not Izu. Izu came out on the other side with it. Nevertheless,
fair enough.
Both of them with the same idea. Pick a pocket in the Cosmic Divide.
But ultimately still, Buzz being the one to find those 2 kills from the back. Got T1 the round. Next one coming up. You will still
accelerate
have
के साथ है Sam.
served. The Odin bought up again.
BMW बोला इन लोग.
By the tail end, it was the other way, but regardless, they get both of them back up into play. Now it's going to be a little bit more quicker in towards this A site potentially, or a bit of a fake to.
Chase कब है हमारा? LCQ है ना अभी time है. Around 1 week, मतलब one maybe less than 1 week, but जुलाई के थोड़े end week के time ही है. उस पे देख लो उधर e-sport EWC पे उधर schedule है. अरे सीरो भाई ऐसे कैसे जिगल ले रहे हो? W dodge. Nice.
That will be his doom. Odin in a corner now. NC Slasher. Oh no. Izu is way too quick for it. Shows a bit of an awareness on the map, but here comes Famous with the neon ult, just blindly spraying it into the smoke, not quite finding too much. DH then finds his position instead. Just DOS9. He throws a dive into the smoke with a shorty TP's out into Izu.
Comeback आ रहा है.
T1 climbing back up.
Comeback आ रहा है guys, loading. जी का फॉर्म बहुत अच्छा था. जी का फॉर्म. जी was playing Sage. जी खेल रही थी क्या Sage? मैं भूल गई.
T1.
शिरो में आप पे कौन से सेंटी प्रेफर करोगी ब्रो? साइफर और वाइज. उनके अलावा कुछ अच्छा हो ही नहीं सकता इस मैप पे. साइफर और वाइज.
Both of them, in fact.
25th को है LCQ, कल हम लोग ग्लोबल क्वालिफाई कर गए. चेस का बता रहे हो क्या?
Ooh, paranoia from DOS9 as well.
And yeah, a little bit expensive for Boom in the moment, which means T1 can then possibly rotate somewhere else, but we'll see if this toxic screen allows for Boom to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, smoked off. Bring out some preventative util to disable any scaling from Izu here. He's got a nice fight against DOS9 that he does lose. Do they want to keep going with this one? An upgrade of weapons too.
The upgrade just continuing to hold and trying to read the rotation.
यार I feel sad कि ये मैप हम पूरा नहीं देख पाएंगे बे.
To catch one as well.
Yeah, that's a big risk from Shiro there, pushing by himself. No trade potential. Now you give the advantage back over towards T1 as they start to get in towards this B side too from the shadows. For DOS9
match started. चलो guys. Sadly बंद करना पड़ेगा. CDM watch party पे आओ.
An NC Slasher as well
from Boom. Necessary to figure it out.